TerraSpaces. Hello and welcome to The Ether. Today is Monday, November 28th, 2022. Today on The Ether, RAC FM, Episode 8. We got hacked and we don't give a fuck. Let's take a listen.
You got some music? Oh. Do, 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 do.
The Rekt show coming from the Rekt store. With this back in the Mac in the back flow.
Let's go.
You and Mr. Coons by the back door. Take go so you can
Take more. All I wanna do, right?
But up on this crew and going on.
Fuck.
Ready to buy so many
Been a mad 72 hours again, hasn't it? Wow.
Always ready for a shine for the right price. Raccoon supply has the right price. Giving you respect if it's
Likewise, are you another clean girls with the mean hearts? Be nice. Let the bees buzz. Not from the backlash. Under the tees in my backpack. No fucker here. Good. I'm glad. I actually am. Looking for relief. Isn't it? Talking to yourself can be a fucking great therapeutic exercise. Anyway, it's Brasco.
Supplying the raccoons with a headbang rap. Rekt Gang, the RACville slang like a trash can. Woody with bang.
Here we go, Brasco, son.
The RACville
On the RACville.
Best chill, let me get into the first meal. Best feel, best steps with the best skill. No shill, all real. Secret is a
Great deal.
RACville insane. Shane better stand fast.
Robo shouldn't his tweets with straight facts.
Polish from the streets with the best plan yet.
Winston gonna eat if you retweet.
Dad, free off a life beat on the face stamp. McKenna always ready
If you dare that.
buying no raccoons for his rare stash. Trash panda biker gang.
Motherfucking hashtag. Oh, motherfucking hashtag. What a line. What a line. Let's have a look. Your man Brasco's in. Here we go. In my backpack. From the stash app. In this haystack. Oh, man, I love me some fucking raccoon, man. Brasco, can you give us a thumbs up if you can hear me, bro? Can you give us a thumbs up if my audio is okay? Because I've had some complaints recently. Is it okay,
I can hear
Brasco?
you fine. I can hear you fine. I can even tell you that I don't have to use this thumbs up.
Dude, I actually got fucking like dissed last night for the audio. And let's say that some things are by design rather than default. And if you're going to go and cause like havoc, make sure that you do it in a way where, make sure you do it in a way where your reputation is probably like goes downwards, but by default, by intent, like how it should be. Guys, very quickly, I just want to say, like, what a 72 hours, what a 7 days, what a fucking 10 days, actually, since this entire thing began. With the Joe chain, but, we started out a couple of weeks ago, guys, trying to be serious with RAC FM, and I don't know if anyone's been following, like, the China shit. I hope you are, but I hope we can get some conversation tonight on about like what's happening over there. It's fuck all. These protests are nothing. Few hundred people is like zero, but the fact it's happening is the important thing. Once there's like 20 million on the streets, then I'll start and like celebrate. However, though, guys, there's a few things to talk about, right? For sure, Joe V3 and what's happening with Joe Chain and blah, blah, blah. That's a good talking point. China, I'm interested to hear people's views and opinions on what's happening right there, right now, because that could be a tender keg that the world does not want to deal with right now. I don't know. Whatever else is in the news, the rest of the FTX shit that's coming out right now, whatever's going on in the general wider cosmos, IBC, macro world community, whatever, I don't know. Don, fucking hell, Don. It was on For the Culture today. So anybody that's been sleeping on the other side of the world, we had a For the Culture today. I joined late, like as a speaker. I was listening, obviously. But we had Sunnyside Reaper. We had Don come up. We had Rama talk about the sub-DAOs at great length. I think Brasco might. You were there, Brasco, today. You were, yeah? You were there today, bro.
Yeah, but rather late. I've missed Don, for example. So it would be nice if you could summarize what went down with him again.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know how to summarize what Don. But listen, Don is Don right now is on a mad fucking mission. I don't know what's triggered him. I really don't know what's triggered him, right? But whatever has triggered him is obviously like really fucking. I mean, I can guess what it is. We're at the bottom of the barrel. Like you know, Juno's fucking losing ground by the day. Like I obviously know what's triggered what he's done, but what he's done is not what I was expecting. He's quite surprised me, Don, and like not sideswiped. But how do you say this? I don't know. I said today, right, guys? I said today on the spaces that I have a whole newfound level of respect for Don, right? I have a completely whole new level of respect for him. And it comes from the fact that he is willing to say the things that other people aren't. And very recently, some of our like big community voices have, you know, been sidetracked into like projects and working with people on whatever it is, sub-DAOs, anything, right? And I must admit, when I made the comment today about Soy 2 and the other guys being on the growth sub-DAO, but as being like external kind of like participants / advisors, and I highlighted the fact that you know, is Juno or these sub-DAOs, you know, are they trying to buy the silence of the more vocal community members like Rama, Soy 2, 360, a few others, right? We saw how Cyborg was bought by the ICF. I mean, that didn't take long, did it? That was quite evident and quite open and public, like how that happened. My comment was just about like, isn't it strange? Like, you know, the most critical vocal voices in the industry that's not involved have then been involved. And yeah, guys, I must say, to his credit, right? To his complete credit, Rama came on and gave like a full, complete, like little speech, right? About, you know, about his opinion and his take on being on the DAO, and how, like, you know, at least there's one of us, yeah, in the Telegram chats and blah blah blah. And I was kind of like, yeah, that's what we needed to hear. So if anyone missed For the Culture, which I think was For the Culture like 22, we did today. Game's very late for him. Yeah, if you caught that, you heard Rama come in. There was a few things, like I said before. Don was obviously in, going mad about Kevin. Wow, fucking hell. So Brasco, you asked, yeah, You asked about Don today. Wow.
Sounds like a lot.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, with paid actors, it's kind of like, it's on the one hand, it's kind of a natural process, even because it's just human that some take advantage or try to piece people down or find some solution there. But on the other hand, if you think about it, as long as people are transparent about it and people know that they are kind of like paid actors, then I think it's kind of a bit different. I mean, if they want to sell their soul, then it's up to them, but at least they should tell people about it and not like shill. And a few months later, we discover that they got paid by XYZ.
I think Don, and I mean, I don't know who Don is to talk about this because, you know, he's on Stars' payroll and blah, 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 right? But Don got very spicy today with Kevin, which is quite interesting. And I think that this is quite in what's happening in the ecosystem and everything, blah, 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 right now. Yeah, I think this is quite an interesting twist that people are going to put the spotlight and the focus on certain things. And I think Kevin's tweet was probably from his position, misaligned with what the sub-DAO, the growth sub-DAO is trying to do. Or is it the validator? Sorry, the delegation DAO. Sorry, there's that many DAOs. You know, guys, it's really hard to keep track of all these different DAOs.
That's true.
It is, isn't it? I think the Kevin tweet about, right, which validators are building, which validators are shipping stuff. I love this, people, because of restake, and I love this, you know, as if on the delegate, I mean, I presume he's talking about the delegation DAO. It's as if, you know, you have to be building something, right, as a validator to be able to get access to this funding. Now, stop me if I'm wrong. I thought the primary job of validators was to validate. I thought the primary job of validators, like, say, for example, Cosmos Spaces, right? Their job is to validate, to keep their equipment in check, you know, and to ensure that they don't go down, that they can support the network as they're supposed to, as an individual node provider. They're obviously running like bare metal, which is like, you know, again, I thought, in my opinion, that validators weren't to be judged. If they're going to get delegations, I might be wrong, guys, someone can correct me, right? But I thought if validators were to be getting delegations through this sub-DAO, like, I didn't realize they had to build in order to be able to access this. These, you know, the extra money that's kicking around on all, like, the 1,200 sub-DAOs we've got right now. I thought that if you were doing your job as a validator and maybe also providing some external community benefit, I thought that then you might be like on the list to be considered. I didn't know you had to go away and develop tools. I mean, your man Gaines has joined us as a speaker. He might be able to correct me. I don't know in the prop for the delegation DAO if there were stipulations that these validators had to build. I'm not too sure. Gaines, can you correct me, or am I wrong?
Not only do you have to, you know, go out of your way to build tools, you also have to start signing up for every sub-fucking DAO console out there in the universe. And on top of that, you got to stroke everybody's cock and make sure that you're in everybody's fucking business, and always constantly belittling other validators who are barely making ends meet. What else did I miss on the fucking list?
Wow, fucking hell. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. We've opened a can of fucking worms there. We can maybe get onto that conversation, Kate, when we get a few more people in the audience, and maybe we might get one or two people who can speak up about it. I will welcome to the floor Anton. He's been patiently waiting. Hello, Anton. Came up very early again for you. Sorry, bro.
Hello, man. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, good night to you. I'm fine.
Where?
I'm here in
Eric.
Venezuela. Just listening. There's a lot of drama as always, but yeah, just listening to LiLGainzz, how this validator set works, and nice to hear you, man. How are you?
You left Chile.
How has
You left Chile.
your week?
Anton, you left Chile, yeah? You left Chile and you've gone to Venezuela, yeah?
Yeah, I arrived 2 weeks ago. I think no, I have a month here already. It's nice. I'm in my actual home, in my native city. Um, at the start, at the beginning, it was like rare, like strange. I felt like a foreign, even in my own home, but it has been it has been nice. I already had my passport date, so I have to wait a couple weeks, maybe 3 or a month, but I'll have a new passport. So then I will go to Mexico and stay with my mom and my brother for 2 months at least. Yeah, that's it. Those are my plans for now. But I'm having a good time here in San Cristobal, Táchira, Venezuela.
Amazing. Amazing. And dude, can I ask you, I mean, like, are you like really looking forward to heading to Mexico? Or will there be a little bit like regret, like leaving Venezuela? I mean, like, do you want to leave? I think is like, does your heart? I know your brain wants to leave. Does your heart want to leave Venezuela right now or not?
Well, if I'm honest with you, I just have my dad here in Venezuela. Fortunately, right now, because he actually lives in Spain, because he needed to do some diligences here, like selling his home and his house and stuff. So he's here, and we have shared a lot of time, and that's really nice, because I had like 5 years without this, like having time with my dad. I visited him 1 year and a half in ago in Madrid, Spain. It was nice, but it was for a couple of weeks, too short, in my opinion. But right now, that's a thing that I'm really enjoying here in Venezuela. But otherwise, I don't have any other family here. So right now, I'm not caring about leaving Venezuela at all. My heart is not with Venezuela. Um, like my whole heart. I really love to be here, but I don't want to stay. I really miss Santiago, Santiago de Chile. Um, I feel like I'm from there right now, more than here, because I create like a home there, everything. But I'm really happy to go to Mexico and feel this experience. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about all these emotions and thoughts that I'm having. I have some regrets about leaving breaking up with my girl and that stuff in Chile. But on the other side, I feel that it was the right decision. And here in in Venezuela, I feel like trapped, because I can't do anything. I can't have a regular job that gives me money, Santiago does, because here everything in that sucks in that way. The economic is really bad right now. I think that it has like 20 years this way, but and you get it. But I'm okay, man. Thanks for asking and letting me explain. I'm having a great experience here, and I feel grateful to have the opportunity to come back to my actual country.
Do you know what I quite like? So it like tell me if I'm wrong. Is it quite easy to move around in South America? Like with your, like you know what the EU is like in Europe, yeah, or it was before Britain, Brexit. Like in Europe, we could move around freely with our passports and stuff, yeah. Because what I'm thinking is, like, I'm listening to you, and I'm just thinking, like, wow, like in Europe, like where we can move freely between these countries, we still have like the language barrier issue. Whereas, like in South America, you either like speaking Spanish or Portuguese. So, like yourself, if you're a Spanish speaker, dude, and you're moving around between these Spanish-speaking countries, like, is it really easy to get across the borders? What's the situation with like your passport and stuff? Like moving from like Chile to like this place or that place? Is it cool? Is there some agreement between the countries or what? How does it work?
Well, being a Venezuelan is different. Here in Latin America, every country has its own way to work. It's not like Europe that you have this organization that controls basically most of how European countries works. But in Venezuela and in Latin America, it's different. We kind of avoid people to come to our own countries. So we put some rules to make the guys that are trying to migrate to your country to get a visa. You have to have a kind of economic status, or maybe have a profession or something, and that way you can obtain a visa and you can live here. And that's the thing that happens not in Venezuela, but in Chile. Sorry.
Okay, it's not different. It's not different to what I do, dude. Yeah, yeah. So, like, what you're talking about there is where you need the particular like visa. Once you get the visa, you need the particular work permit as well. So it's not enough to get there's many different types of like visas, like residency, marriage, blah, blah, blah. You've got to get a very specific, like non-immigrant working visa. Then do you have to apply for like a work permit as well on top of that? Yeah. To be able to work or not?
Yeah. I can, to work legally, you have to have like a document from the country. It's not like Europe that maybe if you have an European passport, you can go to Spain and work there, maybe then Italy and find a job in Hungary too. And, it's different, works different. Here, if you want to work in every country, you can do it maybe like in an illegal way, because there's a lot of corruption and they want people that need to work, and they pay really bad to those guys. When I get to Chile for the first time, when I got to Chile, the payment was so shitty, man. It's terrible. But well, sticking to the point, going to Mexico, I can't go being just a Venezuelan. I'm able to get into Mexico because I have my residence from Chile, and that allows me to get into Mexico, because that's the way the documents work there. In the past, it wasn't like that, but
sorry, you're a permanent resident. You've got permanent residency in Chile, yeah?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Fortunately, I have it.
Wow, cool. That's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, finally, it's good. And I'm waiting for my Spanish passport because I'm Sephardic. So I did all these diligence that we needed to do to obtain that. And yeah, maybe this first quarter of the year.
Anton, can I ask you, you didn't have to give up your Venezuelan citizenship to be able to get like residency in Chile. And I'll tell you why I'm asking. To have permanent residency in Thailand, because you're always a foreigner, right? To have like permanent residency here, you have to forego your like your national or your original citizenship, right? So to be if I want to become like a Thai resident, right, with full citizenship, I have to like give up my British passport, right? Did you have to do that, or did you? No.
No, in my case, I can have two nationalities. Maybe it's a Thailand exigence, you know. But in my case, in Chile, if I ask for a nationality, maybe this next year I can, because I have 5 years from my first visa. My first visa that I tried to obtain, you know, and then I can ask for a nationality, and I can keep two nationalities. I can, and that's legal in Spain, that's legal in Chile, and that's legal in Venezuela. So I could be like Chilean and Venezuelan, or if I don't go for the Chilean nationality and I get my passport and my Spain ID, I'm going to be Spanish as well. But I don't need to leave my Venezuelan nationality away. No, I don't have to. But if I needed to choose, I will go for a Spanish or Chilean nationality, because sadly, the Venezuelan Venezuelan passport, it has so much, a lot of obstacles to do your things around the world, you know. Being Spanish or being Chilean have so much more respect.
I understand. So that makes perfect sense. And I only ask these questions because as a person, as a foreigner, obviously, who lives in another country, essentially I'm a migrant, right? I mean, I have emigrated, but if you look at me, I'm a labour market migrant, aren't I? And dude, I have to go through things that are so ridiculous. I mean, the amount people don't realize, guys. When I first ever, I mean, it's easier once you're in the system, but getting into the system, right, guys? I had to have over 240 separate documents in my file to be able to be approved. Yeah, Anton, I saw your emoji there. Yeah, I had to have over 240 guys separate like documents. Like Thailand is one of the worst in the world. They don't want just a copy of something. They want copies of copies, and they don't want copies of copies. They actually want copies of copies of copies. It gets to the point, guys, that when you go through your visa situation, right? And you have to like sign the papers with your signature, bearing in mind that your signature has to match your passport identically. And if there's one signature that like isn't identical, they'll kick your application out and you start again, right? And like literally the pain in your arm from just writing your signature. I think the first time I went through the whole process, probably like just to sign my name on these forms, perfect. In relation to like the signature on the passport, which is like 10 years old, was something like about 3 hours. It took like round about 3 hours to be able to fill in, like to sign off everything. It's Anton. People don't understand that migrants have so much fucking trouble sometimes, dude. And I mean, giga trouble. Like even just like now, guys, just to let everybody know, now it's a dream. I go to immigration once a year. I'm in there half an hour, 45 minutes, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm back home. It's cool now. Because the government know I've been here so long, I've got all the documentation. I only need to take like photocopies of like the latest 90-day check and my work contract and blah, blah, a few things. It's quite easy. But actually going through the like OG process, the diggy is going through now. I mean, just to let you guys know, a lot of you will know that diggy came over here about nearly 2 months ago, probably now. to work, yeah, and he still hasn't got a bank account. So and he's not going to get a bank account until he's got his work permit, and his work permit's not going to come until like 90 days after his visa, when he does the first like 90-day reporting. So what a lot of people like don't know is that we have to report to immigration as a foreigner. We have to report to immigration every 90 days. So every 90 days, every 3 months, I have to report. I mean, I do it online. It's easy for me. But you have to report. You have to prove your address, that your visa status is still like relevant. Blah blah blah. The shit we go through, Anton, is a migrant. I mean, some countries are very very easy. If I was British and I want to fuck off over to Europe, do what I want, which I did do many years ago. You can. It's a free, open market, crossing borders. You don't even get asked for your passport crossing borders in Europe, right? Or you never used to. That's changed a bit. But like coming here, so, like, dude, what you're talking about, going from like Chile to Venezuela, then on to Mexico, a hassle you haven't. Dude, it is insane the hoops we have to jump through. Like serious giga hoops, yeah.
Yeah, and being an immigrant is crazy because I feel like I have no borders in some way, and I'm like from the world, most like being from Venezuela. It's okay. I'm going to be here in Mexico, like for a vacation and family sharing time. I'm not thinking in doing my life there. If I get a job, that's okay for me. Better, But if I don't, because Mexicans don't want to give me job because I'm totally illegal there, just a tourist. Well, I will do my best to make money other ways. But I'm thinking in going to United States too, because it's really, really close and it's so fucking cheap. $100.
It's no border. You can walk. Wait a minute, you can walk. You don't even need a visa for the United States. Wait a minute.
No, I have it. I have a visa.
Yeah, we're actually we're full up on drug dealers and hookers here, actually. So unless you have some other skills, you can just stay there. What are you guys doing? It's so early, you guys. It's 4:30 a.m., you guys. I once again was woken up in a dream by Robo's voice. He said, RAC FM, your Terra friends hacked us. Come talk about it with us. RAC FM.
What is going on with this hacking thing? And then in sending rec chats, people.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah,
is this a joke? Is this like?
No,
it's not a hack. It's not a hack. Somebody found an exploit and exploited it.
But Robo's chilling.
I miss the platform, man. I miss Raccoon bed right now. I have like a day and a half trying to play some dices, and I haven't.
Bro, I'm fucking sweating. I'm sweating and shaking right now.
I'm chilling for engagement. Wait a minute. So Sajoshi Nakamoto, or whatever your fucking name is, I'm not really sure even how to pronounce it.
It's Nakabozo. The second J is silent. It's Sajoshi Nakabozo.
Right, dude. We had a father culture. Dude, we had a father culture space as well. You slept today. We had Sunnyside Reapers. We had Rama, myself, James, Emir, a few others, dude. We had some good crack about the Terra plebs, the lunk plebs that hacked. Hack. I mean, guys, can I just keep using the word hack? I prefer. What do you mean, Bbandz? Oh, but wait, Bbandz wouldn't know. She was fucking blowing Joe on that Spaces for fucking 9 hours last night. What was going on there, Bbandz? You've abandoned us, the racks.
Wait, the Joe Spaces? I didn't abandon y'all. We didn't even have a space. talking about a
Oh,
man.
listen to the salty hurt. He's pain. Are you okay,
Yes.
bud? I have enough room in my heart. I have enough love in my heart for everybody.
Me too.
You know what's funny?
Bobby,
Wait,
come here. I'll give you a hug, okay?
How? Wait, oh, Bbandz, you're cool, man. You're cool. I just want to fucking stir the pot. I'm that kid that, like, I'm the kid that poked the fucking wasp's nest with, like, the stick until, like, they didn't just come out.
And
Like,
I'm the one
He knows I'm
that you do
salty.
it.
He knows I get salty this early.
I'm standing right next to you. Poke it. Do it.
So, wait a minute. I listened back as much as I could today because we did have a for the culture, and I did timestamp the group chat. So, Finn, if you go back and look in the group chat, you'll see I timestamped that video last night. I mean, what happened? Tank's come in. He's listening. He's probably like doing his jiu-jitsu, sending his fucking 18 kids to school like he does every day. Like, literally. What happened last night? Because we had a Joe space as well. You did. I was dealing with some other fires elsewhere. I came in later, trying to, be the fucking bridge builder, the peacemaker, like I always do, trying to sort Rama's shit out, trying to put his fucking fires out, right? And then we had your woman. I didn't even know who she is, man. By the way, spreadsheet fucking queen, whatever her name is. And then we had your man, and your other man came in. And we had these three people going like all out at Juno. And then Jake came in and I tried to listen back today. Guys, what a fucking piece of carnage like that was. I mean, I was trying to change the subject sometimes when I thought it was getting a bit like out of hand. Are these people for real, Finn? Sorry, Sajoshi. Are these people for real? These people last night or what? What the fuck?
Well, I guess to know if they are real, we must first know what is real. And right now, personally, I'm having a hard time figuring that out.
Well,
I don't know what's a LARP. I don't know what's truth. I don't know who's holding whose bags at this point. I don't know who's sucking whose dick. I don't know who's tugging whose tug. I don't know. All I know is it's 4:30 and I'm here. Same as I am every day.
Wait a minute. Fourth, no, it should be 5:30, dude, where you are. Surely it must be 5:30.
Time change. Time change.
No. Wait a minute. You don't
time change.
Do you do daylight savings in Oregon or not? No? Do you do daylight savings out there or not? No?
Yeah, we must, because it's 4:39 right now here in beautiful Portland, Oregon.
Interesting. We've been joined by the wonderful Amanda, who's down in Miami. I hope she's going to meet our friend Sheldon. That will be a fantastic thing to occur.
Speaking of, which one of you plebs said Molly 3 times in the mirror and brought that bitch back? Which one of you was that? I saw some posts yesterday. Oof.
Your woman's back. I asked, guys, I went in the group chat the other day and I said, guys, fucking hell, we're all down horrendous. Life's not looking too good at the minute. Please, for the love of God, if one of you are Molly, bring her back. Good morning, Amanda. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Amanda.
Hey.
We're setting fires everywhere like Amanda. Amanda, it's not my fault. It's Rama this time. It's not me.
What? So who brought Molly back? I thought we had a deal, guys.
That's Finn. That's not me. That's Finn. I'm sure it must be because Finn and Ambedo are behind at Rekt News. And I do know that Ambedo did the Molly art. So, honestly, listen, guys, Finn and Ambedo are in bed together, right? These two, you want to watch them, and I'm sure it's all about the two of them. One's doing the art, one's doing all the shit, the comments and shit. Sajoshi, I fucking know your game. If he's not Rekt News, wait a minute. Rekt News is the greatest thing in my life in the last 10 days. I fucking, even though, they need to get better, it's a start, and I'm sure they will. But if you're not liking Rekt News now, what are you doing with your fucking life?
Did you see the post this morning about Joe or Jacob? Sorry, Joe. I got Joe Jozo on the brain here about Jacob and the sword, and they weren't sure if it still had sausages on it.
Oh, dude.
That was so good.
Finn doesn't even know. Finn, we did For the Culture earlier, and Don Kryptonium came on, dude. You should have heard. It wasn't recorded earlier. Should have heard what Don said. Fucking hell. Don just came on.
You guys should hire somebody to record your spaces for you. No, I spent some time yesterday while I was chilling, and I went through, because I remember Tank, he was like, sit down and watch some of his video, like actually watch them. And he's no joke. Like, that shit is legit. I watched the last like 3 that he put out, and funny, like from a character creation standpoint, or if that's him, like the shit's funny. Either way you look at it, I don't care who you're making fun of. Like, that dude's funny. And then but the points he was making are fucking legit. Like, he's picking up that torch of what you started the other day about this whole boys club, and like he's spot on, man. You see it happening.
Yeah, this morning's video with Jacob was pretty good. Did you watch his short, by the way?
I haven't watched that one yet. The one where he's in his skivvies.
Yeah, just checking on you.
One.
Dude, oh my God, bro.
So good. So simple. So funny.
Guys, wait, he left the spaces. He left the spaces to go live with Jacob. And like Rama's like, oh, I've got to listen to this like clip. It came on, honestly, God. I was only a listener for about the first like hour and a bit. It came on, and his rhetoric from like the minute he started. This Kevin guy, who the fuck is this para-fucking site? Like, literally, Don was on fire on the spaces today. I was crying. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I always found him, like, hard to listen to. Trouble, like, there's a story behind this. Don and I have got history, guys. I'm not going to lie. There is a story behind it. However, how wrong was I? How wrong was I? Because actually, Don is like one of the good guys, one of the best guys that's out there. Hello, Gaines.
Yeah,
Gaines
but
was there.
It takes a minute to get that, and if you don't spend the time to get it, or have somebody like Tank here, or somebody like tell you like, yo, like legit go sit down and absorb what he's putting out, like you would totally miss it. So it's definitely, he's one of the hidden gems of the cosmos, if you will.
What he's got down to a T is the English thing, where he's acting like his English is like really bad. With like the
when he kept saying the father or fudder or father, father, like that shit had me dying.
He said that the day with. He said that the fudder with. You think I am the fudder? The fudder.
The fudder.
And I said to Varma on my Twitter. Rama. Dude, I'm fucking dying.
Hey,
I love that. Real
quick, catch me up real quick. Did your quant figure out and trace the transactions and shit from that flashline attack, or where are we at on that?
Yeah, it's Terra devs. But we'll talk about that
narrows
later.
it down to about 200 fucking people that you guys baited to come work into Juno. So, like, do you have anything more exact than that, or just the Terra devs? And Terra or Terra Classic? Which chain? We have 2 now.
Games can fill you in, but apparently the consensus is that it's pretty much like my fault for letting me fucking mouth go. So, like, I better let me mouth go another 10 times.
No, because that shit was insecure regardless of you talking shit or not. You, I think, accelerated somebody poking at it, which is good. I'd rather them poke at it now than next year when we're all fucking bigger bag holders of RAC, you know? So that it's good. We need shit to be pen tested, and it needs to be pen tested by people that know what the fuck they're doing, preferably white hats, but hey, we'll take what we can get.
You want the free alpha? Yeah, it's a white hat. It's a white hat, guys. The money's still sitting there. It's never done anything. It's $8,000. Guys, listen. It's $8K.
Well,
Like,
it's 5
you
now.
had
Let's
an
be real. Have you seen the charts this morning? It's only like 4 or 5 now. But yeah, that's dope that it's still there. So can you re-enable it? I'm like shaking and shit.
Wait a minute,
Well-
what's Atom at? Because I had 50 Atom to cash out earlier. Fuck, did I fuck up?
That's okay. I had some Matic to cash out earlier. I was waiting, and then it dipped more. Fuck.
I did. I took $500 for fucking living expenses earlier, and I transferred it. Was that yesterday? Out of the Joe's shit out the stars. I whipped it into Atom just to put it out for the week. Oh man, it was 10.
Man.
What was it? 10:33 or something yesterday. It's fucking 9:78 now.
Can I get a show of hands? Who made the easiest 5x of their life on the Joe V3s? Show of hands. Yeah, only 2 of us, 3 of us, 4, 5.
What are you
I have
talking about?
24 in my
About
wallet.
sending the
Joe's intern over here, the bag holder of bag holders. He's the intern's bag holder's bag holder. He holds, like, the intern holds bags, and then the intern hands them to Joe's intern, and then he holds the bags for the intern's intern.
I bought V3s for generational wealth, bro. That was my plan. Like, I just aped into fucking V3s, like pure, like generational fucking wealth. Like,
I did that quick flip, and then I started picking the ones I liked and the ones I thought was rare. I'll tell you, it's a lot harder when there's that many. When there was only a few, it was easy. But now I'm like, fuck, is that a one of one? No, there's another one. Fuck.
Dude, is everybody waiting for the one-on-ones? I'm selling fucking nothing until I find if I've got a one-on-one, man. And then I'm putting that shit up top fucking dollar. Like, you're paying for that shit. Tell ya.
Yeah, I set the ceiling at 10K, so I need to log in and see how many people bought it from me.
What's the mint out? I looked this afternoon. We're like 30. Bbandz will know. We're like 30-something% mint today.
It was 38 when I went.
33%. Oh, sorry.
33.
No, it was
right. Okay,
it was 38 when it was 38 when I went to bed. So it's got to be around 40% or so now.
Awesome.
Right. Let's use these spaces to pump our bags. I mean, that's fairly like.
That's
yes,
what
Amanda.
they're for.
Yes, Amanda.
Yes. I just want to say that I was doing the Lord's work yesterday and had lunch with Mr. Tor Bear and told him that he needs to be a part of the RAC family and he's considering getting a RAC. You're welcome.
That's dope. And if he can't do that, tell him to at least get secret to support Terra Spaces. And if they can't do that, they're dead to me.
Okay.
I mean, if the Rekt Gang can come up with 69.69 USDCs for my time every month, and I mean, I waste way more time than that, obviously, on them, but you know, beggars can't be choosy. So 69.69 is good. Come on, secret.
Also,
generational wealth, Trippy Wolf too, coming your way, Finn. So you know that's gonna be worth like 10,000.
I like the sound of that. Give me something I need to go out and pump. Let's do it.
I was also asked, who is Joe yesterday? And I said, who is you?
We are all Joe.
Who is you? They're done. People are asking, who is Joe? I say, who is you?
I say, Joe recognize Joe, motherfucker, and you looking pretty unfamiliar right now.
Wait, Joe is not part of the San Francisco. What? I don't even know how we pronounce it. San Francisco.
San Francisco. Sometimes the J is silent, like in Sajoshi Nakabozo. It's spelled Jozo, but the J is silent.
Joe is not like that. After he finishes his job as the janitor, after the 12 hours, and then he go to McDonald's to do this. I'm like, Don, sign me up to your fucking subscription. I'll pay $9.99 a month for this cunt.
The memes and the references in this collection, as well as in the first collection, have been unparalleled in any other collection I've seen. And I've seen a lot of collections. I don't know if you guys check the Terra Spaces wallets, but I got some dumb fucking NFTs in those. Like, These make me laugh and smile because they're references I get. And check this shit out. You know that song we did? So the Barkeepers, my rap group on Instagram, they were doing their weekly wrap up, and I hopped on there and I asked the dude, I was like, I gave him a little reference because I rapped about Joe that week. I was like, I thought I'd come fill you guys in on what this was. And so I was like, you know OT Genesis? And he's like, yeah, that old rapper from like a decade ago. I was like, yeah. He's like, the Coco song? I was like, yeah, we made that, but with Joe's. And he started laughing.
My
He
Joe,
lost his shit. He's like, yeah, my Joe.
With my Joe. Oh, I love that. I've got to say, it's epic. It's absolutely epic. But if anybody can't smell right now a seismic shift in what we've been used to for the last 24 months compared to what you're about to experience in the next 24 months, we are redesigning landscapes. We're ripping form books up. And guys, very quickly, I want to go to Rekt Gang and ask a serious question. Is that okay, dude, Rekt Gang? Can I ask a question?
How serious?
Well, hear me out, man. Today, with Sunnyside Reapers, who I have become like very fond of, I've become very close to Sunnyside in the last couple of weeks since I heard them like emotionally like open up and speak up to us during For the Culture, yeah. And it's not just Sunnyside. We've had Jacob on from Sky Monks. We've had Rekt Gang on. We've had several other guys, really cool, intelligent, like EJ, cool people, other faces behind NFT projects, including Mo, our developer, yeah, at RAC. And what I proposed today to the Sunnyside, and mind the feedback was like, yeah, I'm all in. I was like, guys, like we've got Gigabrains with like you, Rekt Gang, Sky Monks, Maul, like I like this. There's this little group that the raccoons have managed to like draw into our gravitational pull. And I said, can we do like a sit down like round table, like once a week with you guys, where you can put the entire industry to rights. And I mean, he was old, and he said, well, even better than that, like, how about we get people to like bring up valid points of criticism for the respective NFT projects? And like Rama was like, well, that's what Slinky in the brain do in the first place, yeah. But we like kind of had the idea that there's several of you. I can think of like 6, maybe 7 NFT projects that have started like coming together. Like whether that's the Dragons or the Sky Monks or guys, you know, there's a lot of clever people here. It will be amazing for like myself, Rama and Gaines maybe to sit down once a week and just to like moderate a little panel discussion, a little round table with you guys and have like listen to you guys because you're gigabrains. And that's what we need. We need to be hearing from the good people, not the fucking wankers. I can hear from the wankers any day of the week, bro. I want to get you gigabrains together around a table once a week and talk about like everything that's going on, whether that be with your own project, other projects, how you feel, what you're positive on, what you're bearish on. How do you feel about that, Rekt Gang? Once a week, if we can organize this, yeah?
That sounds serious. I'm here for the memes and the shit posting, and you know that doesn't seem like it involves any of that.
Do you see what he's doing? He's trying to take these struggling projects that have been around much longer than Joe and put them in a room at a table with the Joes so that the Joes can hopefully help them do something with their projects, because they've all copied each other's roadmaps. They've all kind of copied each other's art. I mean, you know.
Community. So they've copied the community.
The community.
Exactly. Are you the Irish man that converted me into a Joe, or do you just all sound the same?
No, that's me, bro. That's me. I was banned. I think I was banned, Jacob, when I met you. I was on the alt account. So I think I met you, Jacob, on Iraq, right? I was banned.
Robo,
dude, I was banned.
Are you Irish?
Oh, he's not Irish.
Semi.
I just can't really understand anything he says, but he did successfully convert me somehow to being a Joe.
Isn't that crazy?
I still don't know what he said to me or what he says half the time he talks. But he's got something very spiritual about his accent that makes.
I'm fucking dying right now.
He's what we call
The fuck they want a fucking caravan for the fucking caravan got the fucking whales. The fuck they want a fucking caravan for. The fucking caravan got the fucking whales.
Oh, now you started. All right, calm down, Pikey. Calm down. Fucking 8 dogs. He's got a point, though. You say a lot of stuff without saying anything, but it's the sublims that get you, and they hook you and reel you in.
Oh, man. Yeah. I don't even know what Joe is or what Joe does. I'm a Joe.
Well, what do you do as a Joe?
Bro, this is not healthy. This shit is not healthy, bro.
No?
With that kid.
Good morning.
With that kid.
You mean Joe? I'm just Joe. I just throw it up,
We're just Joe with the flow.
I just Joe with the flow. I can't wait to get Joed by Joe, which means rugged by Joe, I think I was once already, and that's pretty cool. Looking forward to, I just got like 50 new mints. Can't wait for those to go to 0. It's just really fun being Joe. You just, it's kind of like being in Cardano. You don't do anything, and it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we just all don't do anything together, and that's what makes it okay. If you were doing nothing by yourself, you'd be like, God, I'm such a fucking waste. But you know what? You start thinking that, and then you look to your left, and you look to your right, and you see all these other bojos, and you're like, I'm in good company here. None of us are doing shit. Let's all do shit together.
Wait a minute,
Did
you compare? Did you compare Joe to Cardano? Because they both don't do anything. Did you know what you said that? Dude.
Well, I mean, Charles is Joe's brother, so there's a comparison right there. But yeah, they both don't do anything. Yeah.
Oh my God! Sometimes people don't know. Finn, you don't know. When we brought Jacob on board last week, right, guys, during particular spaces. Like, I was honestly trying to convince Jacob that, because he was like, nah, this is like the biggest scam I've ever heard. I actually tried to convince him that Joe was actually Charles's real-life brother, like real-life younger brother, and he'd stole his ID to get in this fucking conference. Dude, I gave Jacob this fucking story last week. Sorry, Jacob. We were just playing, dude. We were just messing around at the time, no?
Mate, he's just taking a piss, mate. He's just taking a piss. It's all right, mate. He's just taking a piss.
You'll never be able to untruth the truth. We all know that Joe's Charles's lost hidden brother. He took his pass, snuck into the conference, and history was made forever. And
well, do you know what he did? He actually he went up on stage at that conference as Charles. He took the form of his brother. This is why this is such a great movement. And he gave the speech. He gave the speech that Charles couldn't. Nay, that Charles wouldn't. And he killed it.
Then it gets better. I brought in the comparison with like Lewis Hamilton and his brother. So like I was talking about like Charles Hoskinson and then Joe Hoskinson, right, is the younger retarded brother. And then like I had to make like some analogy type comparison, right? So like I brought in the Lewis Hamilton comparison. So if anyone knows, like guys, I'm not meaning anything. It's just a joke, right? Like Lewis Hamilton is like the world's best, one of the world's best Formula One drivers, right? Like driving like a car worth millions of dollars, right? Fucking pussycat dolls, and owns a private jet, right? And his brother's got cerebral palsy. So like there's a Frankie joke about it. If anyone's ever seen Frankie, right? Frankie makes a joke where like Lewis comes home and he's like the brother's like, oh, what'd you do today? And he's like, oh, I won a Formula One and fucked a pussycat. Like, what did you do? And he's like, I drunk out of a cup. And they were just making this comparison between Charles Hoskinson and the real Joe, our Joe last week. Oh, Finn, we go too far sometimes. We do go too far, bro.
Wait, so which is which in that?
I was gonna ask the same thing. So Joshi, we're on the same like Joe length.
We're
Also,
smoking the same jogies.
I was in the shower like
So
dying.
Charles
Listen,
is the brother.
when he said Joe shit, I can't even. I'm sorry.
This is
Robo,
healthy.
back
This
to
shit is not
your.
healthy, guys.
Sorry, Robo, back to your inappropriate jokes.
Wait a minute. Jacob, you were having a bad week last week. Did we make you feel better? Like since you got Joe in your life, how's your life been going? Is the sex life back on again, or what? What's happening? Have the kids started behaving themselves, Jacob?
Hey, real quick before I forget, Robo, you know the lead singer for the Pussycat Dolls, Nicole? That's my auntie's daughter.
That was no way. That was his missus. That was. Are you shitting me or not? Because that
My
was.
aunt.
Oh, isn't she from Hawaii?
Look at where she's from. Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. Oh, originally. Yeah, I know about that. Nicole Schwarzenegger. What's her name again? I can't even pronounce that shit. She's got a really weird name now. What's her name?
I can never say it now.
Dude, she was his girlfriend, right? And then she fucked him off because he's a little pleb, right?
Their family lives in Knoxville on this nice little piece of land. Well, they have a house out there in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is a beautiful piece of land right on the river. But I just want that thought in there while you guys were talking about that. Thought that's funny.
What's her name again? It's a right weird fucking name. And Nicole, that's her first name. I keep forgetting her second name. But actually, people don't realise this here. I talk about this guy like Lewis Hamilton. And I have the utmost content and disgust and hatred for this little pleb fucking creature on this planet, man. I can't wait until the day he retires and I can go back to watching Formula One. Because I've never known such a fucking self-orchestrating, fucking horrible little slimy, the lies that this man has told. The best thing about Lewis Hamilton, and you can Google me and fact check me on this one, and I'd give him a free pass for this one, was when he said he was born and bred and brought up in a slum, right? A slum, guys, right? SLUM, yeah. And he was raised in a 2-bedroom, semi-detached in Slough in England. It's like one of the biggest jokes amongst people like me, true Formula One fans, yeah, who unfortunately have had to walk away from the game until we get rid of that pleb cunt. And I'm not the only one, because Kimi, if anyone remembers, Kimi Räikkönen walked away, and then he left. Obviously, not long after, he refused to take the knee when Lewis Hamilton led everyone to take the knee for BLM and for George Floyd. And it's the same situation that we've got with the England football team now. I mean, I watched the first game, right? Yeah. And they took the knee, and the entire 90 minutes, I'm sitting there trying to watch, right? And they scored 3 in the first half, and I'm like, and it's killing me. It's killing me to watch these overpaid, fucking egotistical, fucking absolute backward plebs, right?
Wait a minute. Are we talking about sports, or are we talking about crypto devs? Because it sounds like
I lost track 10
I think he's
minutes ago.
talking about Jon Snow.
No, I know.
I'm talking about the England football team. Right, guys, I'll go back if I can and try and get the Facebook screenshot of where I slagged them off, yeah? I refuse to I refuse. Listen, right here, right now.
This sounds very much like the rant that turned me into a joke.
I want England to get knocked out of the World Cup.
You don't have to go
I
back.
want England to get...
Okay.
I want England to get knocked out of the World Cup simply for taking the knee. These absolute backward bastards. Listen, guys, listen. They played America the other day. Even the USA didn't take the knee. And the fucking English rat cunts did. I could spit on every one of them. let's change the conversation. Let's segue. Amanda,
I've been going through the V3 marketplace, and I gotta say, I've only seen one of these Don Joe's just checking on you. So I had to scoop one off the floor. Probably the nicest Joe out there.
Oh my God, is there actually one in there?
Mine.
Shut up, bro.
Well, there was.
Mine. That's mine.
Is there actually one in there though? Are you guys fucking trolling me? There's actually one of the Dons just checking on you?
I literally just bought it for 150 stars, paper ham.
Oh my God, post it up in the next, dude. That is like my favorite short ever. If you guys haven't watched Don's short on YouTube where it's just checking on you, he only has 2 of them. It is gold.
Finn will sell it to you for 300.
I will buy it probably for 300.
No, this one's going next to the Joe Ligma set in the ceiling.
Hey, I hope you guys are saving at least for one Maneki V2 in December.
I don't know why all these things keep.
I got 4 Maneki V1s. I'm gonna get 4 V2s. Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Tank doesn't know, does he? Tank doesn't know that we had Tank doesn't know we had Sunnyside Reaper for the culture spaces for like 3 hours today. Oh, Tank, he's letting all your secrets out, dude.
Oh no, yeah, no, I was listening to you.
Actually, Tank, you know something? When he was talking about like you and about your engagement, how you started, like, it was such a cool story, bro. I really enjoyed that. Like, he's such a good guy, Sunnyside, like, really cool guy. Same as Pepe, Rekt Gang, Jacob at Sky Monks. There's a right little crew of like real nice, genuine, dedicated, hard-working people in the IBC NFT scene at the minute that I think if we can bring these brains together, and I'm not talking about collab, I just mean like hanging out, chilling out. Man, I think we can start to make some changes. You know, like Sunnyside today, I was like, Sunnyside, we need to get you with all the brains. Guys, we had someone come in. Sorry. No. Okay. We had someone come in and then drop. Never mind. I thought we could get them up as a speaker. That's okay.
Hey, Robo, did you and anybody else also notice a theme that has been happening? And I'm not, I guess I'm starting fires, whatever, but I don't mean to on some, because, you know, we had Jake on the space. And then if you guys watch Don with Jacob and talking about people's concerns within the industry, right? Like you're talking about NFT wise, I've been kind of trying to set fires on NFT side of things and on the crypto side of things for a long time. And then we heard Jacob say the same exact thing along with a lot of other top inner circle people. And have you guys noticed what that thing is that they keep saying? Everybody is? Have you guys noticed?
Exit liquidity.
No. Yo, I think you're thinking. No, this is exactly the guys. No, I'm serious. This is what they've been every single time a concern is getting popped up by Rama, myself, anybody. I think you're looking too much into it. No, I think you're looking too much into it.
Yeah,
I think you're thinking too much into it. Jake said it yesterday. I think you're thinking too much into it. Notional said it today. I think you're thinking too much into it.
That's a huge red flag.
He's right. Yeah,
that's a huge red flag, though, you guys. Like, huge red flag on something that's supposed to be transparent, that's up as a ledger for everyone to see. Like, it's literally made to be looked into. And if you're saying, hey, you're just looking too much into it, then that means there's something there they don't want found, usually. Not saying that's always the case, but usually.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. You're looking too much into it. Go back to bed. Your hair's fine.
No, but like,
Tam,
yes.
did you like that last night? I thought we played off each other very well. And the night before, like, I like Tank how sometimes you and I work. Like I can be the, you know, bombasterous, like mortal drunk 3 a.m. dickhead, but I'll say the things that you can then articulate in the right way. But pisshead Robo, who's going to get the blame for starting the fucking fire in the first place, can take this shit. like last night, there was like 2 or 3 times you and I were working in tandem. Like, I knew we were working in tandem, but no one fucking else did. Like, Tanda was mad when they came on last night, the 2 guys and the woman. In the end, I got a bit angry because I asked her for receipts like several times. And it got to the end, and I'm like, well, you've got DMs, you've got emails, let's publish the fucking lot, let's, you know. And it was, 4 a.m., dude, I wasn't the best. That was really interesting last night, and they knew enough. I especially like the other guy that came on last. So there was one guy, he brought the woman on, and then the woman said, oh, there's someone else, and brought the other guy on, the third guy. Now, I liked him. He's the one that had a lot of internal info that unless you were on the inside, you wouldn't know. I went back and listened to actually. I think Gaines did you go back and listen to that call last night? Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, just the part where Tank started talking about 3 hours into it, right, Tank? I just started listening to it there, and maybe for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, that third guy though, he was the more interesting character out of the 3 because you can hear it in the tone of which he was talking, even though they didn't want to let go. Like I don't know if they didn't have it or if they were fabricating it or whatever. Like we were saying, I got to take it at face value, and to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, this is crypto, like Robo was saying. Hey, if this is the case, like prove it, show it to us. Like if you did this, then even if you're sending an invoice, it's like okay. You would show, you don't just type up an invoice. You would show your work. You'd have proof of your work, right? Or interactions, like hopefully. So that I think I thought that was I thought it was really interesting. But at the same time, like I don't downplay it either. So I don't know.
What about what's going on with like Juno swap? It's like
it was odd.
You have
Sorry, Jacob. What about Juno swap? What did you say that?
Thank you, sir. I was just saying, what's going on with that? It's like I hear on one side all these rumors that the team's leaving. They're sucking up the liquidity pools. I have positions in Juno swap, so I've seen everything crash. I just don't know how much of it is correlated with Juno dying versus foul play. But there's no one coming out in the Juno community and saying straight up, no, this is what's happening. This is what's going to, it's just like noise. And the same thing happened to me with Secret Swap. Secret Swap, it's the same situation. It's like the flagship of the Secret Protocol, but it's not built by Secret. And then they rugged the entire community, and Secret came out and was like, oops, nothing to do with us, though. It wasn't us. And I feel like it's happening all over again with Juno. And it's frustrating, man. Because it's just like, just be honest.
I'm going to tell you right now. Don't feel like it's happening. It is happening. I'm telling it to you right now. It's happening right now. And nobody's going to come out and tell you that. Nobody's going to come out from Core 1, Core 2, from Juno Swap or anybody working. Nobody's going to come out and openly tell you beforehand that that's what's happening. But that's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
So,
I had
my position.
I asked Null yesterday. Sorry, dude. At Null at King Nodes last night. I asked him on the spaces outright. Hey, Null, I had some problems with Juno swap today on certain token swaps. Is there anything I should be concerned about or what's happening? I had to go like other routes, and Null was like, "Nah, mate. Like I don't know what you're fucking talking about." Like, and he's a great guy. I think he's in the dark himself. To be fair, and maybe he doesn't want to believe that there's. I don't think he's in the upper echelon. I think he's like, unfortunately, like down the ladder. And what the fuck? My dogs are going mad. Anyway, guys, I'll have to go and see me dogs. They're gone mad for some reason. Someone might be at the front door. Listen, I had problems yesterday with Juno swap. I don't know if has anyone else had any problems.
Well, listen, I was in the chat, and currently, go fix your dogs, homie. It seems to be an issue with the raw token. You're not able to sell it.
I sold it yesterday.
And it worked?
Yeah, Junoswap's always been really buggy. So you can check again. I mean, who knows? But like, it is just buggy. Yeah. Like, I would assume it's buggy versus there being no liquidity.
I've just never had an
Juno?
issue with it.
Well, let's see. I'm on it right now. Let's try.
Yeah, I just tried it and I'm getting the same error. But they said to clear your cache and try again.
Well, let me try. Oh yeah. Oh, I got an error too. Uh-oh.
Is it not certain swaps? It's a problem. So what did I try to do? I tell you what, I moved there because I always keep liquidity on Juno. And the other day, when all the fucking rumours started, before it went public, I had about 6.5K or something on there, and I was like, fuck that, get it off, because I got caught with a lot of liquidity stuck on in April during the chain halt. And that's always made me be very wary, like not to keep like a good chunk of money just on like one chain. So I pulled about 6.5K off the other day that I had sitting there just to like get ready in case like there was anything, happening or whatever. But yesterday, what did I want to do? Guys, yesterday, all I wanted to do was go from USDC to stars, and I couldn't do it. And I think I went to go USD Juno, and it wouldn't let me, right? And it wasn't much, like I say, it was only about, I think I only wanted a couple $100 or something, and I had like $600 left on there or something, not much. And I couldn't somehow swap. I don't know what it was. I had an error code and a message. I wasn't taking any fucking notice, really. Like, I didn't read them messages.
Can I ask a question?
Yes?
Can I ask a question? So, I noticed that, are you talking about taking Axel USDC from Juno and turn it into and swap it to stars, and you couldn't do that? Is that what you're saying?
I couldn't, yeah. Yesterday I couldn't do that for some reason.
So,
I couldn't USDC.
I have a question. Did you guys notice that the Axel USDC that Juno has, like you can't like export it to the osmosis chain or in the other way? Did you guys notice that too?
Yeah. Yes.
But it's always been like that. So why is that?
From day one. I don't know, but I would presume that it's not IBC enabled because it will be IBC that would go across, right? Surely you've got to bridge it out and bridge it back in again to Osmos, right? That's what you must have to do, bridge out and then bridge back into Osmosis, right?
Or switch it, like you can't take Axel USDC and like, withdraw it to Juno.
No, because it's weird. It's a different chain. You have to get it bridged to the proper chain before you can withdraw it.
Yeah.
The Tory Juno pool went from like 200 APY to 0.
Guys, I couldn't. So when I couldn't swap the stars. Sorry, dude. When I couldn't swap the stars, I tried to swap, and I couldn't swap the Juno. And then I was like, "Fucking, what's going on here?" I was getting a bit paranoid actually that like there might be a problem with the chain, and I didn't even look at Minscan to see about the block production or whatever. I didn't go down that route. I was just like trying. It was guys, if you want to know, it was to mint Joe V3s last night. I just at the last minute I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to ape in for the culture, and I did as well. But I know you've got your hand up, Rekt Gang. 1 second, right? I just want to like say this. I tried to go to USDC to Juno, and I got the same error message. And I tried a couple of times, checked the wallet. There was plenty of gas. I refreshed, hard refresh, should be no problem, right? I went from USDC to Atom, which I think I like $600 or something I swapped. Then I withdrew that. I was like, fuck that. Withdrew like Atom straight away to Kepler, went over to Osmosis and then took care of my business. But Juno swap was being a cunt yesterday when I didn't want it to be. I don't know why. I hope Rekt Gang's got an answer because he's going to come in. Hello, Rekt Gang. You want to add something?
Yeah, it worked for me yesterday. So I guess maybe it was, I don't know what the issue was, but my point here is how is Juno Swap and Secret Swap the flagship products? They're just swaps. Like, it's nothing. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. He's wrong. No, he's wrong. He's wrong. Secret Swap is weird. Secret Swap is not the flagship. Stash App is the flagship, dude. Like, you got that one wrong.
This is what we got in Cosmos. The best utility out of all of it is Stargaze, arguably, where it's all about the NFTs. So all these DeFi people shitting on us and these devs not respecting the NFT community, while the biggest utility out of everything that came out of Cosmos right now is related to NFTs, which is funny, right? I don't know. Juno Swap, flagship product. Like, come on, man. It's just I don't know if you remember when we had Terra Station, or what was it called, Terra Swap. Nobody said that was a flagship product. That was just something you had and that you used because you needed tokens, but it wasn't any utility. Trading you tokens is nothing. It's
Do you
just
know?
like
Do you know? Do you know why that is? Do you know why?
for what? For the Juno Swap?
No, for TerraSwap. Do you know why it was that way? Because they didn't have a token to dump on you. I need the shocked emoji. I'm not getting enough. There's no shocked emoji. There we go. That's right. TerraSwap didn't come out with their own token because it was just a necessity thing that needed to be there to make the rest of the network. You don't need a token.
I mean,
So now
Juno
I
Swap
hail,
doesn't have
all
a
hail
token either,
Swap.
right? Juno
All
Swap
hail,
doesn't have a token.
all
But
hail,
raw dog. The Juno
all hail,
Swap raw token, which I'm trying to sell right now, and I'm getting an error. So
okay, that's what you're talking about.
Bro,
Is he
I'm
raw
like
dogging?
going through
Wait
all
a
my
minute.
wallets and unfunding my positions. That's what I've been doing. Because
Wait a minute.
I'm
Finn,
so
Finn,
freaking
raw dogging?
sick and tired of
Raw
getting
dogging.
run. Sorry.
Finn raw dogging, no? That was hilarious. That Finn, is that what you said there? Did I hear that right? If this is recorded, I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. Is
I
Dork
said
One just
Juno's.
raw dogging IBC?
But how is the Juno team okay with this? Like, why are they okay with
That's
the entire
thing.
community getting rugged? Why? Why don't they just come out and say, this is not okay? We are going to stop it.
Who?
Dude,
There is no team.
The electric
Who?
bills. No, the electric bills in those mansions. Dude, you know how much fucking electric it costs to fucking run a mansion like that. Never mind the water bill if you're in fucking California, Central California.
The
Like,
taxes,
come on,
think
dude.
of the taxes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, dude, man. Come on.
That's true. That's true. But I'm sure they drive a Toyota Corolla. Anyone else get that?
And that was very specific. I mean, you could have picked any other car, but you're like a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, because that's
No,
what
that's
Sam
because-
drives. That's
Yeah.
I got it. I got it, homie. I'm here with you.
Oh, got it. My bad. I messed up. Thanks.
Yeah. See, it was good.
I mean, in a timeline where BitBoy is doing the journalism, I mean, what else did you expect?
Oh my gosh, how
This is the
hilarious
best
is that
timeline.
boy going and acting like he's
Oh.
freaking Crime Stoppers or some shit. I don't know, but what do you have you
Wait a
watched
minute.
Bit Boy?
Wait a minute.
He's so
The
fucking
photo.
insane.
Wait. The photo. Can you believe your man there, LiLGainzz, yesterday with several other people, like Iceberg was there and BitBoy's at the table. And LiLGainzz's actually getting loads of fucking shit over this. I don't know if anyone's seen the picture. Like, if you have, you have. If you haven't, you're a pleb. Has anyone seen the picture where they've like airbrushed like LiLGainzz is not LiLGainzz in the room, LiLGainzz, the big one, where they've like put his eyebrows, which are like literally like fucking like slugs, like literally, you know, slug on the floor, like a slug, like a bit like a snail without a shell, a slug, yeah. He's got these like slugs on his fucking instead of eyebrows, right? I mean, I know your man might have a hair problem, but like, come on, dude, you can fucking, you know, there's barbers and there's shit to sort. I've seen women with mustaches get that shit whipped off. I'm sure a fella can get his eyebrows sorted. So there was a photo, and he had these massive brows, and somebody copied them and put them on everyone else's face around the table. If you haven't seen it, go to LiLGainzz's thingy now. You'll have to go. I think you'll have to go in his tweets and comments to see it. I don't think it's a post. And he's like fucking like he's like scrubbed the last 20 hours from my life or something. It's one of the funniest pictures I've seen. Everybody around the table's got gigantic eyebrows. Finn, it's fucking class.
Just don't show Timmy because we'll get 2 more NFT collections.
Yeah. I don't think I have any idea what you said again, but it sounds.
Your man needs a translator. Bbandz, can you translate what Robo said there? Let's hear Bbandz' translation.
So
I'm sorry. I'm
you
sorry
have-
to be honest. I didn't hear what was happening. I was typing.
I got you. So
my stuff.
I got you. You got this cunt that wears fake eyebrows and drives a Corolla. They photoshopped his fake eyebrows onto everybody else's fake eyebrows, so they all looked like they had fake eyebrows, and they were all cunts. I think is what he said.
And the eyebrows look like slugs.
BitBoy was one of them. No, but BitBoy was one of them. Like, BitBoy was sitting at the table, like, guys, you don't realise, listen, I hope everyone's been following this about all of them going down to the Bahamas, thinking they're fucking hard guys, right? What a bunch of egotistical, like, rich plebs, like, bragging about fucking losing 7 figures to Sam, right? And then flying down in a group. Imagine fucking meeting up with, for dinner no less, with BitBoy. Oh my God.
Yeah, but you know what though, bro, you know he's feeding his people good though.
You know what I'm thinking? Like, you know that they're not down there with without armed security and shit like that. There's no way.
Oh, for sure.
He's acting like a tough guy. There's no way.
He made the post. He was like, my wife didn't want me to go, but she knew it was the right thing. And she knew I have security with me and I'll be as safe as I possibly can because I'm fucking Geraldo Rivera and I'm undercover.
Wow, your woman doesn't know.
It's embarrassing,
Bbandz, there's an ex-Mossad, all Israeli Mossad security team, like there, like waiting to kidnap Sam. Like, it's like really like mad, like, and I'm not shitting you. Honest
Are you
God.
serious?
Robo knows. Robo always knows shit. I've proved it time and time again, darling. Don't doubt me. Like, no shit. There's a.
No, I'm not saying that I doubt you. Like, is this serious?
I swear to God that they have on standby, offshore, on standby. You'll not find this on Twitter, man. You've got to know where to go to find this shit, man. Robo's been at this shit for a long time. There's an Israeli. No, they're going to kidnap him and take him back to the US for the reward.
Well,
watch.
He probably also did. He probably took money from people you don't want to mess with too. He's probably, his life's probably at risk. I wonder if he's going to show up and do and actually talk in New York. Like, he claims he's going to do it. But,
that's all that he's going
to do. You know why he stayed there? Does anybody know why he stayed there? Does anybody know why he stayed there? He stayed there to let Caroline get away. Sam only stayed in the Bahamas so Caroline could go. The two of them couldn't go. Like, no, child play. Cooked pleb. Oh, what a better cook. Yeah, fucking raggy headed cunt. I can't wait to see him get fucked in jail. I'll buy that video, mate.
I think he gets assassinated if he really I mean, I'm just assuming he took money from people you don't want to mess with. I don't know.
Yeah, best option, definitely. And I'll tell you what, if I was Barry Siblett, I'd be on the run already, mate. I'd have grabbed every penny I could, every ledger I could, and I'd have just ran for the hills if I was Barry Siblett, because he's going to come down, I reckon. Is he Bbandz? I don't know. I've been off the news for about 48 hours. I've been off the planet for 48 hours. But what's happening with Barry? Any news on Grayscale? JBTC? What's happening, Bbandz? In the studio?
Right now, I'm going to be 100% honest. My last news stuff, I'm kind of like working on that right now. So I am hearing like about 75% of what you're saying. So it just happens that you're asking me about Barry, and that's about like the other, 35% that I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, she's got a show in an hour. So like, let her get her prep done.
Well, we'll all join, guys, out of respect, because she interviewed me last week. We'll jump on Bbandz' show to listen in. because it's a great show, actually. It's actually a very, very good show. It's called the Bare Bones of Web3. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think, once a week, Monday morning. And it's a good show. Like, I really enjoyed listening in. So, like, we'll finish this to jump over there. Anyway, I started this early tonight because there was so much to talk about. So much fucking drama. Wait a minute. I mean, it's nothing. Has anyone been following the China protests? Anyone been watching what's going on over there? There's smaller and smaller groups are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Did anybody see the fucking fire in that, man? In that apartment block?
Watching that for a while.
Wow. Tank, that fire was horrendous. Like, the family's like, and the kids like screaming out the windows and that, man. Wow, I've never seen videos like that in my life. That was worse than the London.
What do you expect when your government is literally welding the doors shut to your whole apartment? Like, what do you? Of course, like China, dude.
I legit can't swap straw.
So quickly, an update for anyone in the room who might not know what we're talking about, guys. Listen, last week, well, it might have been around about the 20th, 22nd or something in November, like about a week ago or whatever. The middle last Tuesday or something, there was a fire in an apartment block in Western China, right? But it's the area of China where all the Muslims are. The Chinese, the traditional like Chinese, fucking really don't like the Han. Yeah, they hate the Han. Sorry, they hate like the other Chinese people. Yeah. Persecuted to a degree. Anyway, they've had some of the most, this city's had some of the most like draconian COVID restrictions in the last, like, I think they were on lockdown or something for like 100 days consecutively straight. I mean, that's a long time, isn't it? Like 3.5 months locked in your house, man. Wow, fucking hell. Anyway, last week there was a fire, and like not only were the doors locked, but there was also like fences like around the building, and the fire engine couldn't even get like close enough to the building. You don't need to know from me. It's fucking horrific enough, right? The party line, right? Because you've always got to remember there's a part when anything to do with China, there's a party line, yeah. The party line is the 10 died. The story that the real story that's out there is like 40. And you're talking like parents and kids, and like everybody could have got out of the building quite easily, quite quickly, but they had the roof locked, the doors, like fucking. And then when people did try to get out, they were forcing them back in. It's kind of like like nobody really knows because like all the fucking footage has been deleted. You can only really see footage of the like before when it was on fire, out from outside a distance, and then like the after when you see them going around inside. Anyway, that caused this was happening almost identically at the same time as the Foxconn riots, which the Foxconn riots were fucking mad if anyone was watching them and watching what the police were doing. Man, guys, listen, I must have watched at least.
I have an update on Juno Swap, by the way, so when you're ready.
Okay, do Pepman. Wait, I must have watched, guys, between 250 and 300 separate videos, right, on China and Foxconn, the riots last week. Yeah, fucking hell, man! You see these Chinese policemen, 6 and 7 of them, just stamping on people's faces putting people in the fucking morgue, like literally, like just destroy. Like it's horrific. And I tell you, what's happened in Shanghai because of this fire? There's been protests. Well, not protest, vigils. Yeah, the start as a vigil, and then you know what happens. And last night the cops like surrounded them on all 3 sides, pinned them against this mall. There's not many. There's only hundreds, but I swear to God, I mean, I expect the Chinese government just to fucking come in and kill like vast majority of them, just like they did in Tiananmen Square, 1989, right? Like the Chinese government will not mess around. But the very fact that it's happening is me telling you lot to pay attention and take notice, follow the right channels on YouTube or fucking Twitter, learn what's going on in China on a daily basis. Let's see. I don't expect anything to come of it, but I would like it to fucking happen. I'd like the entire country to burn to the ground, mate. Like, never mind. Next subject.
If you swap Raw for USDC, it will work. Just don't swap it for Juno.
What the fuck is Raw?
For real?
Raw?
Yeah, Juno swap. He said it. I went in Juno Discord. I'm like, guys, like this is really a rug. Like this isn't FUD. Unbond, and then the Juno mod was like, it's not a rug. It was a bug. It's a bug introduced in the latest smart contract swap for USDC, and then go to Juno.
Thank God! I got my 130 Raw out. I got my 72 cents. Thank you so much. Oh, I feel so much better. Thank you.
I just got $1.17 and up.
We should start a hedge fund with your $1.17 and my 72 cents. I think that's pretty deep liquidity.
Let's just short Juno. And I'm joking. I like Juno. I really do. I'm just saddened by what seems to be complete.
Dude, it's the easiest call of the fucking bear market. Short Juno.
That and the fact that they're spending money to just replicate things they already kind of had, just not as good. And like what they got for that money is like not even that much better. Like what the fuck, you guys?
The worst was when I went into a Telegram group with like Juno OGs, and I was like, guys, like Loop just doesn't work. Like we can't. And then one person responded, "Oh, I haven't tried Loop yet. I don't know. Like what's wrong with it?" And then I was like, "Oh my god."
Well, Rekt Gang's come back up. They've got nothing but good things to say about Loop. Isn't that right, Rekt Gang? You love Loop, you guys.
They were the flagship NFT project on Loop after Tradors.
After
Who?
Lavana.
After Lalvana and Tradors.
Well, Lavana didn't get any funding, so there's a difference.
Who you
Is that
talking
in
about?
your news?
Lavano? Don't they make laptops or something? Lavano?
Yes.
Don't
That's
they make phones and laptops?
That's Lavono. That's Lavojo. This is
Right.
Lalvana. LOL.
Hey, God bless Loop. 1.5 million, well, 1.4 million. Let's hope the fucking can pull some shit.
I heard they threw a really great party in Colombia. That was,
They the real MVPs. You want to know what's really funny about that? They were like having some lady like hit a bunch of us up and ask if we wanted to sponsor their party, and I was like, yeah, how much do you want to pay me to be sponsored? And she's like, no, you have to sponsor it. I'm like, no, I run TerraSpaces. You're supposed to sponsor me. And she was like, I don't think you understand what's happening here. She got all frustrated.
Yeah. Oh man, you were trying to troll someone who didn't understand that they were being trolled, which kind of makes it like you were being trolled.
Oh, I was in the end.
That was me last night. That was me last night. I just burst onto and I do apologize. Tender Joe. Tender Joe's come up here. Hopefully we can get him up to speak. But like last night, they had these like mad people on. And I'm like, are these for real? Like these people, they need to be tested here. Like someone needs to get on their fucking case. Like Rama's not here, so I'll have a go. And then Tender Joe, man, what happened? What transgressed after that was just fucking mental with you, Tank, your man, and your woman. Wow, man, fucking hell.
Are you talking about those two people that came up that we'd never heard from before?
It was three, though. No, there was three in the end. There was three in the end.
Yeah, they roll in packs.
You mean the people that claim to work with Juno and get burnt? Is that what we're talking about?
An idiot. She was a fucking clown. I heard her shit, and I'm like, nah, I'm not having this. But Frank and I were talking earlier. The third guy that came on, he did make sense, and he did know other projects, and he was talking about other things, and it was I was like, when he came on, my like curiosity like was like, all right, okay, oh. And I mean, to be fair, dude, I did go back and listen today when I woke up and I was completely sober, blah blah. I did go back and I listened. I just skipped to that point, and then you hear those two, the beginning, and they kind of go on a little bit, and then I think they bring the third guy in, and then that's when I come in, and that's when Tank comes in, and it's like it was quite an interesting little another conversation. What would be the word for that? I'm not too like that little salvo there.
That was a conversation.
To a degree. I mean, she was, in the end, she did my fucking head in because she kept repeating the same talking points again and again. And I'm like, well, listen, woman, for all this time, like, give up some evidence. Like show us the minerals. But that third dude, Tank, you said earlier, that third guy, he made sense, yeah? He knew things.
Sorry, I was
definitely-
trying to hit the unmute button. Hey, what's up, Joe?
Tank didn't that third guy knew. Tank didn't the third guy knew things, yeah?
I agree, Robo. There was at least one that sounded like he actually knew Cosmos and like named some projects and talked about how they work. Where the other ones, I was like, I've never heard of you before, and you haven't said one thing that makes me think you even know about Cosmos or crypto for that matter.
It sounded to me like that third guy was like the know-it-all, and the other two were just workers on the team.
So I'm in the Juno Discord and I'm like, dude, like the Tory pool, like it was paying like 300%, and then I go and check and it's paying 0. So I'm like, oh yeah, like Juno Swap's definitely rugging. So I write this in the Discord, like, oh no, Tory just never refilled the incentives. It's managed by them, not by Juno Swap. I'm like, like this is a financial freaking product, man. Like I have to feel like I'm getting rugged, and the only way I can find out that the incentives are gone is because I go into a Discord and they don't like. I'm just so tired, man.
Yeah, bear market things. I feel your pain.
It's like
how many Joes
you just don't care.
How many Joe? Wait a minute. How many Joes have you got? At the end of the day, my fucking wallets are loaded. I don't even know what the fuck's in my collection, man. I look again today and I saw fucking like aliens. I saw fucking Jacob. I saw like fucking some shit I've never not seen for sale before on Stargaze. I had a quick like scroll on Stargaze, see what was up, and then I looked in mine and I'm like, didn't see that for sale. Didn't see that. When this shit mints out, man, oh, be careful. Tell ya, I'm sitting on a fucking stack me of Joe's, like Joe V3s.
Dude, I'm dreading getting out of bed and processing all the winners.
Tender.
Fucking 100 Joes.
Oh, you
Tender, I got loads of shit
I didn't want to give you a break. I didn't send mine. I'm like, this
I
guy
sent mine
has.
last
How
night.
many
As soon as
DMs
you
do you
got off.
have?
I have no mercy.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 in my inbox, and how many in my message requests? A lot. Jesus.
You know what? You can send me the stars and I'll process them for you. You need an intern.
Yeah, I got it handled. Thank you, though, Rekt Gang. We are 48% minted so far.
What? 48?
That's what?
48.
You're telling me 50%.
We're almost halfway minted out. Ladies and Joes.
That should be illegal.
Fuck, I need to mint some more. I didn't mint the other 20 last night. I was drunk as fuck, man, last night, man. Guys, I minted like 80 yesterday, right? Like, I'll try to look through them today, but there's just too many, man. And I was like, oh, fuck that, man. Like,
Robo,
2
did you
seconds
make
on the
more
laptop.
wallets? Do you make new wallets?
No, I've got extra. Oh, dude, I've already got extras from last week from fucking Joe V1.
Of course.
I've got wallets all over, man, across multiple laptops. But man, honestly, I've got some ones. I'm waiting for these one-on-ones. That's what I heard last night, Timmy. There's some one-on-ones, right? Is that right? Is there some one-on-ones?
Yeah, last I checked last night, there was at least 1 of 1 on the marketplace, and then 2 1 of 1s in the vault.
No way.
I don't
You
know if
need
the
a one-on-one.
marketplace one got snagged.
Yeah, I
Maybe
snagged it.
3-4K. Maybe 3-4K by mint out. Like a couple of days after mint out. If we mint out in the next like 24 hours, so because it's only been just over kind of 24 hours, right? If well, it hasn't even been 24 hours. I said it's been 20. What is it? 9 o'clock. It's 3. It's only been 21 hours. Is that right? 50% minute in 21 hours. Fucking.
Yeah,
That's not bad. If you get a one-on-one and you
hours
hold
and
it,
53 minutes.
that'll be 3.5K, 4K easily on the secondary.
There's one of one that's gonna make you guys fucking die laughing.
No way. I might have that shit, me. Like, what? Man, he's not giving anything away, is he? I kind of get a fucking. I might have that
We've
shit.
been trying,
Honestly, I'm gonna have to.
bro. We've been trying. There's a reason that space yesterday was 9 hours. It was literally just us trying to figure out which are the one of ones out of Timmy,
know what?
and he
I
gave
will-
us nothing.
I will drop a rarity hint on Twitter in the next hour here. How about that?
Or you could drop it right here, right now, baby.
Timmy,
think-
Timmy,
Is
I
it
like
the
the way you
Ligma?
operate.
The
Like
Ligma's
you
the
operate.
101, right?
No, don't wait.
No,
Timmy, don't bend. Wait, don't bend to peer pressure. I can sense this, like,
Yes,
like
that's what
build
Timmy,
up,
Timmy,
like,
Discord.
Timmy-
We need
No,
the
I can
Discord.
answer- I can
People have been
answer this
asking
one.
for
No,
Discord.
no,
Come on.
Discord.
Open
No,
it.
we
No,
have a
Discord.
Telegram.
Rekt Gang.
We have Telegram.
Rekt Gang. Discord and Telegram. Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you, Timmy, do not let these two cunts try and fucking like bend Joe. Joe bends.
They're trying to ruin it.
Dude, Joe bends the need to know one. Fucking Joe bends need to know cunt. Fuck you off. Wait a minute. What about B? What about your man
No,
B?
I can answer. I can answer just as a player. Like I don't even know the answer to that one, but just from seeing people buy Joe's on Hubble yesterday, I can tell you that Raul Ligma Joe is not a one of one. And that's not cheating because I just noticed it on Hubble. Like I didn't even know when you first asked.
Yeah. Setting the ceiling at 10K, you son of a bitch.
2 to 1 of the fucking one of ones. Oh my god, it's either going to be worth 1 million stars or 1.
I must admit, I listed about 10, like just quickly, like randomly. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to put them up like 199 or something. Like I was just typing numbers in like 248 or whatever. I'm gonna go and unlist everything right now. Fuck that! I need to see what I've got in the stash, man. Man, I was fucking wasted last night when I bought this fucking shit. Mate, it could have been like a normal time. You could have released this like collection like a normal time when I could have fucking had me faculties about me. I might have some good shit.
Hey guys,
Did you say when I have my faculties about me?
Hello, V.
Hey,
dude, I will say though, I did one of the reasons there's so many in this collection and I put so much work into the prize pool being able to pay out over and over is because of time zones. I wanted to make sure, everyone got to participate.
Timmy, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes. You're very quiet.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm driving. Thank you very much. Thanks to you, I'm a RACville now.
Hey!
I have so many raccoons.
Real racks or Joe racks or both?
Bro, Joe racks is the same thing.
What?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we actually when the flash loan was happening, that was actually just a distraction. The real hack was getting the Joe racks to be recognized by your little NFT thing there. So yeah, welcome to governance, bitch.
Robo, do you not know that for all the Joe racks out there, one rack was burned for it to be created? Robo, did you not know that part?
Rack. It was the sacrificial rack. We threw it into the Jokano.
That's why they have numbers after them. That's the number of the raccoon that got burned to make it.
You guys are triggering Robo right now. He's gonna have a heart attack, dude.
I know. Oh my gosh, the silence is actually scaring me, guys. Like I'm actually getting nervous.
Bro, Robo
It's kind of nice though.
Somebody's got to say something.
Wait, should we not have
Right
done
now.
that?
Right now, I'm outside. I'm at the garden table, on the marble table. Winston's up. He's got his head in my face, and I'm stroking him. And that's my calming mechanism. That's my like safe space. Like when I stroke, me fucking angry, murdering, fucking flesh eating, pleb munching, fucking dangerous, fucking golden jackal hybrid that will fucking eat your lungs first. Or when they kill you, trust me, what they do is they like to go for the organs. It's really weird, like you should see it. Like, and they'll pick out what the organ that they like the most. Generally, if you're clean, they'll start with the lungs, then they like the heart, then they normally go for the dessert of the kidneys, and then they normally progress fucking a little bit worse. So yeah, I might go quiet, and I might just spend some time with Winston while you plebs talk amongst each other. You fucking cunts.
Robo, I love the way you say lungs is like LOONGS. The lungs.
Lungs, ya fucking cunt.
But wait, Robo, did you not hear because you were busy with Winston?
Sorry, dude. You know Bricktop though. You know Bricktop out of Snatch. I love Bricktop, right? When he's like, "Son, do you know what the
wait? How do you know I'm bricked up right now?
Do you know what? And he's like, "Do you know what word fucking nemesis means, son? A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. In other words, a cunt like me." I love that shit, me, man. I fucking live for that shit, man. Always have done. Anyway, what's happening? Are we setting fires anywhere? What we're doing? Are we causing violence, or are we outdoors?
Did you know that for each of the unique Joe racks, a real raccoon was burned? That's why they have the number there. That's the number of the raccoon.
I don't believe you. Prove it. They got receipts. Put them in the nest.
Just ask Mo if he helped me do it.
To me, I'm declaring violence in other quarters, son. Please.
Well, I don't know how to. Do you think I know how to do that? I didn't handle it. That was the rack.
So Timmy, we got hacked, you know, last night. Though, obviously you're aware. Rama, I knew when Rama would wake up. I mean, he didn't have to go far. Any of us players could have like done the work, but we just like leave it there for him because you know what he's like. You didn't touch your wallet until Rama wakes up and you're like, "Hey, Rama, there's a wallet. Go to town," just for the entertainment purposes. But he did a bit. Oh, dude, it's interesting that it's terror. And I mean, I'm still going to ask Maul about this, but I think we were going to deploy on Lunk. Not now. Like I think that's killed like the Lunk idea. I think.
Well, you have to also. You can't deploy on there until the merge is finished anyway. So.
No, IBC's about to. It's wait a minute. It's the 29th that finishes, right? The voting, yeah. On the prop, right? It's going to pass.
Oh, that already passed. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Luna Lunk merge.
No, we only need, dude, what do we need? IBC. We can deploy on there in 24 hours and rape their liquidity, which was always the plan. Like, we weren't going over there to be nice to provide a service to them. We're just going over there to rape and pillage what we could. We said this today. If Gains is available, he'll back me up that this entire conversation with Rama took place today. And other people. Sonny, a few others. No, Gains, are you there? No, he's not there. He's probably listening. Anyway, RAC will not be going to Lunk, unfortunately. It was all planned. It was all ready. It was going to be plug and play. Piece of piss, guys. Absolute piece of piss. And then they hacked us. Never mind. And
did it ever occur to your little plebe cunt brain that somebody did that, created a Terra wallet just to make it look that way?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not rocket science to like
an inside job.
It's not rocket science to shift attention onto something else. I could have made a Matic wallet.
We've got more evidence. Wait a minute. We've had Rama on the scene. We've got more evidence. We can go
Rama's
back
a Joe hater.
Stuff.
Listen, he's a Joe hater. His word means nothing.
Well, that's his problem.
He's a Joe hater.
That's his problem.
So
that's his problem. That's not mine. I'm not him and he's not me. That's his problem, not mine. So you can fucking take that up with him. All right, son? It's an A and B conversation, and you can fucking see your way out of it. Hey, listen, son. The conversation was about the fucking hack, and there's fucking evidence going. And you know something, guys? Listen.
Exploit.
The wallet. Wait, the wallet. The exploit. Sorry, exploit. Oh, Finn, cutting your man Robo down in style. Finn's doing it in style there. The activity on these wallets and the connected wallets is really strange, like bizarrely strange, to the point where if you were setting up a wallet for a future hack and you had to like get some money on there somehow, and what you were going to do, like, yeah, you'd take this approach and you'd make pleb moves like they did, like on osmosis, buying like 2 Juno, letting it sit there, blah, blah, blah. Guys, this will go further. This hasn't really begun yet, right? It's only just started. And even Rama couldn't even be bothered. Like he said, I woke up, I was on the mobile, I went to the toilet, I'm like, oh, fucking quick flick, like on Minscan. He was like, right, bang, quickly, like, just look, down, flick, click the links, like, have a look, like, guys, there will be fucking repercussions, and whatever form that comes in, one way or another, right? The raccoons, I'm telling you, believe me or not, right? That if we have to wait a year, revenge is a dish best served cold, and you're gonna see some differences in us now. This is exactly what we needed, and I'm so happy it happened. And fucking anyone listening, aye? If you know anything about it, right? Fuck you, you daft cunt. We couldn't give a fuck, man. We're laughing at you. We're in the chat. We're laughing at you, you fucking mugs.
All right. Well, is there anything else anybody else would like to share around the sharing circle of joy and happiness tonight? If not, we'll go ahead and end it with our kumbaya. Okay.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about, though? Oh, you want to attack the racks? Come on. What do you think's going to happen? Oh, bro, I'm telling you, if we find out that anyone will ruin your fucking life, man, well, kidnap your kids, man, and put them in the basement with Sin City and Winston, your fucking life will be in the dumpster in 30 minutes, you fucking
Robo.
Anyway,
Wait. Why is being locked in the basement with Sin City so bad?
It's recorded. I missed you for 3 days when you got banned already. Don't get yourself freaking banned. Come on. You need to be careful with the shit you say. You're a linguist. Bro,
is that Mayor? Is that Mayor speaking down there? Fuck, man.
Yeah, that's Rekt V.
Joe V. Oh, there's a Joe V in the Joe's collection. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Wait, what?
There's you in the Joe collection, Joe V.
Yeah, we ripped you off and we put you in our collection.
I've got you, V. I've got you in my collection. I'm gonna go and screenshot it and put it in the nest. I've got V in my collection. I said last night on the I listened back to the date of the spaces. I was like, is that your man V with fucking Joe the pleb on his head?
Wait, which one is it? Is it Pugjo or is it Joctopus? Joctopus, what the heck? Yeah. Is it Octojo or is it Joe Pug? Or Pugjo? Which one is it?
The one with the octopus.
Ah, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. By the way, just out of curiosity, can I get that DMCA, then it'll go away from Robo's wallet?
Yes.
Timmy.
Yeah, Stargaze definitely complies with local law enforcement.
Sick.
Wait, there's no V3s being burned. Is that right? There's no burning mechanism on V3s, correct? They go to a vault. Is that right?
That vault is a fucking whale too now. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see how many she's got, dude. Oh, Hubble isn't even working.
You have all been complicit in creating the single biggest Sybil attack on chain history. We're going to get Guinness on the horn on Joe chain history.
I've got a feeling we're going to regret sending 20 Joes to Timmy. I think Timmy is playing the long game.
Oh, yeah. They keep going back out on the floor to keep raising the floor up, and then we buy them and we burn them, and we're like, give me my 4,000 stars, and then he's like, cool, here you go, and then out on the floor again.
Timmy, the math, I don't know, does it check out at some point?
I've run the numbers. Okay, I've run the numbers. I've eaten like 20 Adderall and I ran the numbers. Okay, I'm very smart. I ran all the numbers.
Yeah, I did numbers to ensure we could pay out a minimum of 16 prize pools, and we've already paid out like 35. So
So mission accomplished. Time to rug it. Let's go.
I'm out. What if I just disappeared and deleted my account?
This is the flywheel. Well, just leave Spark IBC up because I like that. But this is that flywheel. This is the perpetual flywheel machine that you DeFi degens are so passionate about. We've created it, but in NFT form. DeFi flywheel.
What do you guys think of 100x leveraging Joe tokens on Joe Chain?
Yeah, now you're talking about language.
Sorry, no, Joe NFTs, I meant.
That's
Can
right.
I ask? Did anyone enjoy? Thanks, Finn. Did anyone enjoy Joe's video that he did? I think it was Friday or Saturday. The update, like the Joe update, right? Now he's got his green screen where he's got the Cosmos jumper. It's in his jumper. I love Joe's jumper, like that.
I watched one of Joe's videos last night, finally catching up the birth of Joe Chain, and towards the end, I was fucking dying laughing. I don't even remember exactly what, because he was so mundane in his delivery of the jokes, but he would just slip in like a comment about flipping burgers at McDonald's or like something.
It was so perfect, though. It was so like solemn.
No, Timmy's on about the first. Timmy hasn't seen the update that he just did like 2 days ago.
No. The one where the thumbnail is birth of Joe Chain, or the birth of the Joes.
No, he's done an update. He did an update like 2 days ago, 48 hours ago. He did an update. It's fucking hilarious. Oh man, I was crying. I was absolutely in tears. So he tries to do it live, and he like messes it up. And at the beginning, he's like talking to the screen, right? And then he comes on. I'm sure, because he's been talking about me. He's been talking to me about like Don's delivery. And like I know that Joe's like tuned in on like what the culture like, how we respond, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I have a feeling the entire video, if you watch it from start to finish, and I did tweet Friday or Saturday regularly about this, right? If you watch it from start to finish and really take note, yeah, he was trying out some new tech to get like the YouTube screen on his live stream or something, whatever it was, right? But his piss taking is like of another level. And then when you hear him, when he's like, oh, the Don, he does a Don impression, and he's like, yeah, anyone can do that to get fucking likes. Like, guys, you've got to go back and listen to this video. Joe was absolutely fucking epic in that last Joe update. It's really entertaining, mind. And if I'm wrong, please then tell me, because I don't think I am. Like, I was laughing anyway.
He was definitely like on some new Joe shit, and I was down with it. I appreciate like utilizing your not downfalls, but like your shortcomings, like, and then using those as fuel for your joketry, I think was really awesome.
Did he level up? In your opinion, did Joe level up with that video? Because in my opinion, like that's the best thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, that's definitely the best thing.
A man after my own heart, as someone who's been taking audio shortcomings and noise for the last 15 years and turning it into comedy. He is absolutely leveled up.
Agree. I just need a quick shout out to CryptoNames app. I think I forget what they changed their name to, like I'm Just Star Joe or something like that. They've been like popping in and helping out with things. They're doing name services on Joe Chain. They fucking set me up a sheet that tracks all of the Joes going into a vault and even groups them by sender. So I can just put in the address someone sends me now, look at this and just see all the Joes they sent on one page. Like, oh my God, I almost have a tear in my eye. This is so much easier. I love them.
He just sent you that.
Oh, this
Just
is so much better.
He's just sent you that, yeah? Just names has sent you that, yeah?
Yeah, well,
Just your
he's
name.
been working on it for like since yesterday, but I just looked at the newest version and it's so perfect. Like it's a Google sheet that auto generates with everybody who sends a Joe to the vault. And if you send multiple, it groups it all up and it takes the picture from IPFS. So I can just look at an address, look at the pictures next to it and be like, yep, that's 20 different Joes. And then look at the mint scan and then boom. So much easier. Like this is so much easier.
Hell yeah, I gotta bounce. You guys have a good Joe day.
Peace, buddy. Oh, I was supposed to start work 7 minutes ago. Oh well.
That's all right, dude. I'm going to end soon anyway. Bbandz is going to get ready for our show. I will say, I've just had a quick flick. I had a quick flick at the market. The market looks horrendous. Rekt Gang, what do you want to say, bro?
Oh, I was just high-fiving Finn. And yes, the market looks like shit.
Doge looks like it's doing well.
God.
Elon pumping his bags again. That's nice.
Yeah,
Elon needs to stop this. Elon needs to stop the Doge crack, man.
What's people guess on the Bitcoin bottom?
Now that I think about it, QuickSwap on Polygon, they spun their own chain called Doge Chain. We minted NFTs on that. It kind of reminds me of Joe Chain, but with less utility. There was some good money to be made there, by the way, and it still hasn't rugged. So, there's a precedent here.
Can we have a Joe Chain update? Are we producing blocks? Yeah, right now.
Yeah,
after the holidays.
I just sent some Joe to someone. In fact, yes. Let me go look at the.
And we
see if
have
I can give you any development updates.
Right, we have 16 validators, right? Right now, yeah.
All I'll tell you is that there is, the more I work in crypto and do stuff building, there is a wide variety in skill levels. There are some like tasks you could give to someone where they'd literally do it in 15 minutes. And then other people who might still be great programmers and developers, but it'll take them like days. And so I think some stuff's happening a little slower because of that.
Okay. Over the weekend, RAC did confess to me that you and Jacob had reached out for them to help in the development. And I think they kind of explained this to me so that I could explain it to you guys in a nice way that this is pre-hack, about pre-exploit. I know there was some talk about helping out on the front end, and the guys are so under the cosh right now because of us. And I'm not going to say expectation, but they've already delivered. But because of delivered, we expect the next level, especially the PvP, hopefully on secret. I don't know if it's going to go on secret now, actually, but they were they said to me the other day on a call, they were like, Robo, we really want to help out and deploy resources. It's just not the best time. We have targets for the end of the year, which they do because they made DAO commits. If you look at the proposals in the DAO guys, what happened a few weeks ago, etc., there's certain things that are devs, and we can't pay them now. We can't pay them because the reserve's been robbed. That's another conversation, though. We have expectations that our devs need to deliver on certain executions before the end of the year. And they really want to help out on Joe and provide some additional. I mean, they did put the lottery up quite quickly. It was quite easy for them to do that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Robo.
But they were oh, we can't. No, to me, they were good. They can't help out anymore. They're just really busy at the minute, dude.
Robo, I'd be super interested in exploring maybe a Spark campaign for the RAC guys. I know I would be happy to put in the 3,800 stars that I've taken from this, and then whatever other dust I have in the wallets. Because, like, yeah, like you said, yes, that's someone's fucking salary. Someone who's like a friend of the community who just got fucked over. And I would either just like donate. I would either just donate some money myself, or if you guys were interested, we could do a Spark campaign so other people could pitch in.
To me, I appreciate that. I appreciate because it's the second time, dude. They already got hit in the Luna debacle, like
dude,
quite bad as well as like.
It makes me mad because this is part of the reason why there aren't a lot of people successfully doing these kinds of projects, because blockchain's fucking complicated, and anything you might think you know about like a gambling game on traditional like computation and Web3 or Web2 stuff doesn't like translate over. And so I've always like, I don't know, I've always just been a huge fan of the RAC guys. Before I even knew you very well, Robo, before LiLGainzz was even like a diehard RAC, before I even kind of knew about the RAC community, I just gotten in touch with them as just pleb Timmy and just been like, hey, I have like a cool idea for a game. And they like, they totally gave me the time of day, which was cool. I was small back then and we talked for a while, and I just got the vibe from talking to them that they're just putting in like 100% effort to make this like out of passion. Like this is just what they love to do and they want to make it work. And they know there's all these different pitfalls with like gambling on chain, but they're trying to overcome it. And so it literally just makes me pissed as well when I hear that someone fucking hacked them basically, for lack of a better term. Like it's fucking absurd.
You know what you mentioned there? You mentioned on-chain. This is what a lot of people won't realize. Is that on-chain, completely like 100% on-chain, it's always been the goal. Like normally these like betting, gambling, gamification platforms, there is an element obviously that has to like take like an escrow that takes place like off-chain. So if anybody knows about a bookies, right, a bookmaker and how it works, blah, 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 right? Essentially, like there has to be like a third party involved between you and the bet that's going to hold the money, take care of the money, etc. To create a complete like on-chain version of this, it's been really, really difficult. And I mentioned Bbandz last week on a show, which is starting in a few minutes. I mentioned about like the deterministic versus randomness conundrum that people face by the very nature of blockchain. It's deterministic, obviously. What we need is complete randomness, which is the complete opposite. And the very fact there, Timmy, that our guys have never, ever been willing to compromise on the fact that they were always going to keep 100% everything on chain. I think that is a big
so much
point for
respect. So much respect. Yep. Because that makes it much harder. But if you can get it right, it makes for a much better end product. So that also just speaks to me a team that's not cutting corners.
And far more secure. And far more, I mean, it's all about security, ownership.
So wait, someone used a white whale flash loan on Juno, right? Is that what happened?
Right. So
do you know if the RAC guys, Robo, do you know if the RAC guys are talking with Zeke at all? A Kez of DAO?
Yep. They're talking to all staff at DAO, but especially your man. We pretty much we've got
Zeke comes to mind because Zeke has been doing stuff with flash contracts lately. I am 100% sure he is not who attacked RAC. Don't worry. But since he's been in that world, like he might have some insight to like look at what happened. And if he had done it, he wouldn't use the white whale one. He would have used his own. But like, yeah, he's been in the flash loan world. So
Larry explained it before. Obviously, we know that your man put the contracts up, and he was giving bad kids away for bounties, right? Wasn't he giving bad kids away for bounties? And some guy found the exploit straight up. Yeah. No. And Larry had a good synopsis, but Larry had the synopsis pre-RAC attack, which is really interesting. Like, how do you approach this subject? How do you talk about this? We've got it down right now to one of three people. So we have like wallets connected to wallets who are people, and there's people in the Lunar community who have supplied information to help us. Ramo's on the spreadsheet this afternoon. We've narrowed this down to 1 or 3 people, and hopefully in the next few days we might find out. But the thing is, and this is what came out today, guys. Listen to this. We don't think it's a black hat. We think it's a white hat. And there are reasons for this that I can't disclose. The funds are still sitting there. It was fucking 8K, which is like nothing in the grand scheme of things. It was like about 33% of the reserves, right? It was like, look, you've got a vulnerability. You need to fix this. And our devs are like, honestly, our devs are the best devs in the world, man. They're like, well, it's a slap in the face for us to tell us we need to write better code, isn't it? And we need to have better fucking OPSEC. Like, our devs were like totally like, hey, it's our fault, this, like, it's on us. It's not on the hacker or anything. And I was like, wow, that's a community I want to be in, man. I want to be in the community where we talk to these devs like on a personal, like human level. And it's a proper conversation like grown adults instead of the pleb stuff you see on CT with like, oh, this rogue or this exploit or this hack, blah, blah, blah. No. We're not doing that. We're learning like big. I mean, how easy has it been for them to go back and like rewrite the contracts and make them necessary? Like, it was only a few lines of code to ensure that it's not going to happen again. It's not like fucking much. And it's a testament to their resolve and determination because, I mean, we're at the bottom of the borough, right? These guys have lost a lot. They didn't even just like lose a lot in the company. People don't understand they lost a lot in their personal like they had done quite well because I've been in crypto since they win Luna when it was pre-$1 man, right? The guys themselves in their own lives, right, lost a lot of money, yeah. Never mind what they lost with the company and the mint and, you know, how they decided to like stake the proceeds so they could use that as like residual income to then build the platform. This was the whole idea behind the whole thing, right? We are at the stage now, guys. If Raccoon's getting hacked, this is great for business. Like, not just for Rack business, but for overall, for the whole complete like ecosystem. Stress testing right now in the borough is of paramount importance. Like, I didn't want to get stress test or fucked over when we're on 10 chains with 100 million liquidity. Fuck that. I'd rather be getting nuked now when we've only got like 218 wallets or whatever it is on Chihuahua. I couldn't believe, guys, this is what surprised me, yeah, Timmy. They did the flash loan on Chihuahua as well. I mean, I know it's easy to do, but that was a surprise. 54 mil, Chihuahua for me.
Dude, I didn't even hear about that. To be honest, I've completely checked out of Chihuahua chain. I know there's been like some developments in the past couple months, but I only know that because of these spaces. I haven't been really. Like, is Fortis deploying on Chihuahua? Is that what's happening? Or Cerberus? Or what's going on with Chihuahua? I pretty much gave up on
Rack's over there. Raccoon's over there. Raccoon's got a casino on Chihuahua.
On Chihuahua? Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they deployed about 3 weeks ago on Chihuahua. It was like overnight. Like, I didn't even know, dude, about it. It was mad.
Robo, do you know, is that like just sort of for fun and like marketing for Rack, or is that actually, I guess it would be profitable, right? Because you just use the same parameters. So even if the token's worth less, like the percentage that the game wins.
We had to get a loan. Well, we got a grant from them, but it's like it's not a grant because you have to pay it back. So
it's a loan.
In my Lexus, a grant means it's not paid back. A loan is. So it was like disguised as a grant, but it's really a loan. But there's something interesting about like where half of the profits get burned. I mean, to be fair, the Chihuahuas are small that I don't really give like a fuck about it. It's nothing more than proof of concept. I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I have not ever once played on the Chihuahua casino. Why would I do that? I don't own Chihuahua. Why am I going to even like, just because I'm part of Racks? Now let other people do that. And other people's been having fun. And again, we're going over there to, get liquidity. Hopefully that liquidity, once the casino makes money, will be deployed to the NFT holders. It's just another proof of concept, dude. And I think it's that Cosmonaut plug and play that we talked about on For the Culture spaces today. We talked about the fact that like any Cosmonaut, and this is the thing about Lunk, right, guys? I swear to God, if Lunk enabled IBC, you would have a Raccoon Casino playable like in Lunk over on there in less than 24 hours. I do like the fact that the Lunk guys were on with me on Saturday trying to say like, well, it's all locked, so you'd have to have a liquid stake and derivative and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, whatever you need to do, dude. Whatever you need to do for us to come over there and suck you dry, that's what we'll do. Timmy, we want to be like proper multi-chain. The end goal is to have a desktop application on Celestia, right? With obviously Optimint connected to Cosmonaut so that our Juno users connect even though they don't know they're connecting, right? And it's to grab as many users as we can for RAC to be sustainable. We need 10. Sorry,
more sense, no?
Oh, sorry, dude. We need 10K. Wait, guys, I'm going to finish. We need 10K unique users to be like totally and utterly be more than sustainable and to be paying dividends regularly. We need 10K. We've got like nearly 3K at the minute with the 2 chains, yeah? Sorry, Rekt Gang. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, if you're saying the ultimate goal is to get it a desktop app, why not a mobile app? I mean, the games aren't too complicated. I'd take, be on bathroom break and
Celestia can run a light client from your phone. That was going on like about 12 months ago. However, like what we're talking about, the home base being is on Celestia, and the idea behind it is the light clients on the light network will help to support Celestia, right? So essentially, like if we can get enough RAC users to in the future, I mean, guys, I'm talking like way ahead of my time here, right? If you can get enough RAC users to download the desktop application, it's going to run on fucking Celestia, right? For every person, they are their own individual light client, which helps to execute the transactions. Yeah. Well, we'll sit on a settlement layer, like Sway from Fuel Labs, right? Which will sit on top of, that's how the stack's supposed to work. It's going to sit on Celestia, the data availability level. Like the end game, and we had this, guys, I hate to repeat myself like twice in one day, but I had to like give Sunnyside readers the whole overview on Celestia today, and I don't want to do it because it's too late, and I'm not qualified to be given this like overview right now. If we get this right, if we're right, and I know the guys are like deep in it right now, right? If we get it right, and we have these connections, this multi-chain like system going on, the end goal, what the devs are dreaming of, is that you download raccoon.bet, right? You log on. You don't even know you're on a blockchain. Like they literally wanted to be like a Web 2 application, but running on Web 3, but you don't even know. That's their idea behind it. And hopefully Celestia can help to get us there with a bit of luck anyway. If Mustafa is the fucking dog's bollocks that I think he is, I think the guy, people used to talk about Zaki, guys, listen. People used to talk about Zaki Manian. It's being like one of the greatest like devs in the history of the world, right? For blockchain, yeah. Kobe said this several times. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, and I've listened to the guy so much, man, for the last like 2 years, Mustafa is the game changer. And the very fact that like Celestia is like built with SDK 46, running on the way, it's not running on Tendermint. He's going to use Optimint for that vertical stack that's going to be able to connect with Cosmonaut. If your man Mustafa gets it right, what he wants to get right, fuck man, It's a whole new ball game, guys. What you've witnessed in the last 12, 18 months with IBC, Celestia is the game changer. But people like Jake have come on and contradicted me, so I'm not going to be like, sorry, dude. Is someone going to speak there? Is that you, Timmy?
I think I had my mic unmuted while I typed on my keyboard. That's all. My bad. But I do have a piece of breaking. I do have a piece of breaking Joe news. One of my pending trade offers in Pegasus. Well, okay, the person doesn't get it. You're supposed to only trade an OG Joe for a new Joe. But I do have a trade offer where someone is requesting a 1-of-1. I wonder who that is. So yeah, just a reminder, if you haven't already done it, because it's once per person, you can pick any V3 Joe in the vault and trade an OG Joe for it. So for all you know, the most boring, mundane OG Joe is equivalent to a 1-of-1 if you can snipe the trade. But this person who requested one of the 1-of-1s, they offered a Joe V3, so no luck.
I'm offering a Joe for the 1-on-1. Give me time. Save it.
Oh, it's not getting accepted. The people have to DM me for a trade thing because otherwise they can just use multiple wallets and it's one per person. So I'm making a tweet right now. But if you want to do, if you want to buy a Joe in the vault or do a swap, just DM me. What's up?
How many payouts? What did you say? I think you said earlier, but I couldn't remember. How many payouts, individual payouts so far of the 4,000 stars?
I think right now we're at like 30 something. Or wait, hold on. I can tell you somewhat roughly.
30 something individual blocks, yeah?
Yup.
Okay.
I think, like 30, 35 payouts. So like 100 something thousand stars. Fucking great. I did the math so many times. I was like, all right, for sure we can do at least 16 payouts. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be way more. There's like so many different fucking variables in the math for this. But yeah, I have a poll out right now that is a genuine question just for what people are feeling who are playing the game, because I don't care at all. I'm not getting any of the prize pool right now. No changing of any rules is the winning vote, but I tagged it above. The poll is basically to make the game. I shouldn't have said last longer, because this game will actually last until it mints out. I should have said just go smoother, so there's no downtime when the pool is low. Should we drop the reward to 3K stars? I gotta delete this poll. I'm too tired. I wrote 15 and 20 instead of 25 and 30. Fuck. Yeah, this is what happens when I don't have a cup of Joe before I start Joeing. Let me just ask you guys here before I even do another poll again. Should we just keep it the way it is? Should we raise the required amount of Joes turned in to 25 or 30? Or should we drop the pool to 3K or just keep it how it is? I'm getting thumbs down from a Joe Whale, so
people want to keep
intimidated.
It's the Joe way. Unless you rug it and then just remove it completely, I'd be fine with that too. It's all in or all out.
Rekt Gang, were you here when Jacob was here? I think his name was Joe Hodel. He had a little turtle yesterday, just begging to get rugged. It's like, when am I gonna get Joed? Come on, Timmy, Joe.
Timmy, you weren't there. Timmy, you weren't there last week, right? With myself, Coach Bruce, Gaines, a few others. Guys, we were doing the For the Culture, and it was purely Joe driven. And your man Joseph came on, and he was like, "Oh my God," he was the saddest person I've ever met in my life, right? And he's just like, I've been rugged by every project I've ever interacted with. I mean, he was telling us about his rugs and his life, and and I was like, wow, dude, fucking hell, this is like really bad. And we started talking about the way of the Joe, right? And we got Bruce on the scene, and man, your man was like, I think Bbandz was there listening, because he kept saying he'd minted, but he'd bought. Is that right, Bbandz? You were there, weren't you? Because you contradicted him. You were like, You were
He
there.
was saying he was minted when he bought them. I was very confused.
Yeah, I remember that. And he bought like 3 or 4 bands, and then he just wants a home. He just wants a community, a home. You know, don't we all? Like a lot of us, we're all like little fucking stray dogs, like looking for our own little pack. You know, we've kind of found it with these like CT spaces. Joe's intern has given me massive thumbs down here. Wow. Well, book of life. Have he? Why the thumbs up now. Fucking you cunt. Man, can you believe that? Your man fucking thumbs down. I mention him. And then he's like, wait a minute, your woman, Miss Shelby, is it Miss Shelby or Shelby? Or Slinky? Hello, Miss
We're
Slinky.
just having a thumb war. Don't worry. It's all an illusion. I'm winning. I
was listening to you yesterday. Your woman's a right gangster, isn't she? I get a feeling every time I listen to Miss Slinky, she's like in a hammock with a mojito and a massive blunt, and she's like not giving a fuck about anyone. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's pretty cold here, though. Like, I have gloves on my hands and a headband on for Southern California.
I was going to say, what the fuck is it, like 60 degrees or something?
No, it's like 30, 38 right now. It's pretty cold.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty cold.
I'm just going to say Central California, so it doesn't sound as bad.
Oh, I'm waiting for the cold air, Miss Slinky. Oh, I'm dying. Honestly, I cannot wait. Hopefully, I pray to God this year we have at least like 3, 4, 5 weeks or something where it's like freezing and I can put like my hoodies, you know, I've got hoodies upstairs, man. I've never had a hoodie on for a year, man, fellas and ladies. You need to listen. Like, if anyone's ever like worn a hoodie in like I don't know, you know, when you're a bit chilly at night, you stick your hoodie on and it's got them front pockets where you stick your 2 hands in, man. You put your tabs, your fucking skins in there, you know, the roller blunt. Man, that's fucking so good. But I don't get to wear one. Like, literally, like, if I get to wear a coat, it's a privilege. Seriously, wearing a coat in Thailand, man, it's an absolute privilege. When the weather turns shit, right? Like proper coat. You see all the rich people out with their fucking coats on. You see them all giving it the big licks. Out Arctic coats and that, and it's like fucking like 18 degrees Celsius, like 18, 19, and they're walking around with these fucking like coats like they're in the North Pole. Fucking makes me laugh my head off me. Like, anyway, I love a hoodie. Give me 22 degrees, fellas and ladies. 22 degrees, a hoodie, and I'm cushy as fuck. By the way, since we've been on the space, Joe's, are we selling any more or not? Come on. Bbandz, what's happening? We're all coming to your show now for an hour. What's happening, Bbandz? Are we selling more Joes?
I bought 8 more Joes. I minted 8 more Joes on a new wallet because I just wanted to make sure that after I sent mine away that I had a chance of maybe getting a 1 of 1. So we'll see. That's what I've been kind of like working on the background and buying Joes.
So what percentage, Bbandz? What percentage are we at right now?
It was like 48% still. I only got like 9, so I wasn't able to push it over 8 or push it over. But.
Okay, so I've processed all the prizes in my inbox. But then I go to my message requests. And I'm pretty sure there are more winners than there is money in the prize pool right now. So
it's time to rug, man.
Yeah, this is the point in time where you just take all the money and run.
It's okay. It's okay.
You guys are the experts here. Is that the next step in the NFT game?
I'm not gonna lie. I
disable your account, and you know, disable the Joe Chain account as well.
I'm not,
and it's the classic rug.
I'm not gonna lie. The 420 Joe token giveaway, like, I'm never doing a giveaway ever again, because like these people are just absolutely brain dead, all of them. Like,
they're Binance Smart Chain airdrop hunter.
Like 50% of them sent me a 0x address, and then I had to like send them a fucking tutorial on like how to get a Kepler wallet, and then how to like connect to and I was like, I did not fucking sign up for this. Like, I just wanted to give away some useless tokens and gain some clout on Twitter. Like, I don't want to be your friend. This one guy fucking messaged me like every 30 minutes for like 10 hours. And I literally was like, you are so fucking annoying. Like, if you send me one more message, I will not give you your Joe token. and he said okay and sent a heart. It was hilarious. I'll give him that. He's a good sport.
I don't know if you know, we run a lot of giveaways at Rekt Gang. You probably know this, but whenever we pick a winner, we get at least 3 to 4 DMs, exact same name, exact same profile pic, exact same retweets, but different numbers of followers. They're all bots trying to gain, the winning prize, right? And they pretend to be like the account that won. And every time I get at least, 3 to 4 of them, they're pure scammers just trying to get the prize before the real person shows up. And they've gotten really good at it. Like, they copy the banner, they copy everything. It looks very, very similar, but just different number of followers. So now I kind of take the amount of followers and I make sure to click on the name that I kind of picked, so I don't get scammed. Because I know a lot of projects got scammed by sending the prize to just
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you just gotta pick the winners and then DM them yourself, which is why.
That's what a few do.
Process. Like, I'm never doing 25 winners for anything ever again. I thought I was like trying to spread the love around. Really, I just created this massive headache for myself.
Yeah, you're right. We only do like 1, 2 now, just because of that.
We did 6 people for the art competition. So like Raccoons ran an art competition where first, second, and third would get a RAC NFT that was donated from the community. I'm going to pop it up in the nest right now as we're talking, right? Guys, this was a normal giveaway, right, or competition, right, without like the bots that you're talking about and the logistics and mechanics of actually doing a fucking giveaway was like how hard, like how much work, guys, did I create for myself saying, let's do an art competition? Because like you had loads of people just like doing copy pasta like shit. And it was like really, really embarrassing. I'm putting it in the nest as we speak, right, guys? This, wow, wait a minute. There you go. I've just shared in the nest, right? We did an art competition. So we're like, just like design your favorite, like RAC, like it's for artists. I never imagined how much trouble it would be. The first sign of the trouble was like after the first, 4 or 5 days, when the entries were just like the worst copy and pasta shit I'd ever seen in my life. And I had to go out on a limb publicly and be like, right, guys, listen, this art, like, this is not what this competition's about. It's not like, this is not the best. Like, copy pasta is not what we want. We wanted some original shit, right? And then that changed the competition and people like did apply. But the people that had to make the decision on the shortlist to put to a public vote, even just getting those people in a room, like my friends, like the OG RAC community, just getting everyone in a room to fucking sit down and say, oh, yeah, that should be in the top 6. That should be in the top 6, right? How difficult was that? You have no fucking idea. Then
we do, man. We ran like so many contests. Don't tell me it was that difficult. Come on, man. You just get together, pick something, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not too difficult. Come on. Timmy has been sending prizes for people like all night, all day. That is a lot of work.
Timmy's a fucking wild man, and that's why I was gonna say, Timmy. I think, like, I mean, do what you want, but like, fucking go touch some grass, bro. Like, you've been doing a lot of shit. Like, fuck this whole Joe thing for like a couple days, honestly. Like, yeah.
Dude,
agree.
I've been pretty much in my house for a week now.
Like a fucking troll in your basement, dude. Like, get out there, you know?
Yeah, man. Timmy, take a day off. Today's a Joe day off. Jocation. How do we call it?
Hasn't he been though?
Make sure you wear
Hasn't he been
sunglasses.
Do you know how many
outside.
people would be Do you know how many people would be tweeting at me calling it a rug if I just stopped doing stuff?
Hey, and guess what? Yeah,
Delete
fuck
your
them.
Twitter account.
Literally, fuck
Delete it.
them.
Yeah.
Wait, can I like temporarily delete my Twitter account? Just reactivate
You can
it
disable
tomorrow.
it. You can disable it, and it takes 30 days to take effect. So you can re-enable it after. But be careful. I've never tried it, but I heard you can do that.
I'll look into it.
Hasn't he been the human smart contractor? Isn't that what you're talking about? You like take a few days off. Like, hasn't he been the human? Yeah, Bbandz, yeah. Put your hand up.
Hey, I try not to pin stuff to the top that has to do with me too much, but I did put the bare bones episode up there since you shilled it, so I allowed it. I threw it up there, but I have to go.
Oh,
if you
coming
guys
in.
would love to join us.
Everyone.
We're gonna have
We're migrating.
Dave from Polygon Alliance so it starts at 10 a.m. So I'm a little excited and nervous. So I'll see you guys then.
You're gonna kill it, man.
Wait a minute. Yes. Everyone be quiet. Listen, you woman bands, listen. Gaines reached out to me last week because he said he thought you were like a bit nervous. Listen, Bbandz, you don't forget your beginning, right? Yeah, don't forget your beginning. Make sure that you smash like your beginning. You know what I'm talking about, darling. Right?
Yes, hell yeah. I was so mad at myself. Like,
I know.
When they invite you over to be CEO of Polygon, you just remember your roots. You say, only if I can bring over some of my Joes.
All the Joes. If they can't come out and go.
True. If you guys aren't opening a bridge between Polygon and Joe Chain, we don't want it.
Can I give you a woman though some advice?
Yes.
Whenever she drops in for the culture, whenever she drops in like RAC FM, Cosmos Spaces, right? Whenever she drops in like as a guest, right? And she comes up as a speaker, yeah. She never fails to deliver. Bbandz, you need far more belief in yourself. Listen, woman, I know how fucking good you are. Yeah.
Agree.
Don't let me down, Bbandz.
You're a badass.
It's unreal. One of the best. Bbandz, listen, I only met you a few weeks ago.
Starting to get too fat for me to be able to do the show. It's
like Rama. Can't get your head through the door. Like Rama. Can't get your head through the door like those me.
I'm going to have to put chopsticks on my chin so I could...
like
talk
Rama.
to you guys a little bit.
Bbandz, hey, listen. Yes. Chill, darling. Yes. Chill.
I'm chill. Cool. No, I'm just...
You're gangster. You're gangster. That's it. You're street. You're gangster. Yeah. So do your shit, right? Yeah.
All right.
Take care, darling.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See, she is though. She's gangster as fuck. Like I didn't even know like why she's like self-conscious. If she is self-conscious, I've got no idea why. Because when she comes in here, she might be in a room with like 20, 30 fellas, and she can like stand her own for fun. Actually, Tank. Like I was listening to Bbandz challenge you the other week. I played it back on the Spaces, and I thought that was like really cool, really good. Like I enjoyed that. Like people's got to speak their mind now.
Yep, I agree. I loved it. I love it when anybody like fuck, dude, guys. Just being honest, I hate when I choose my words. I don't hate when people get like this. I would like to see more people understand the fact that you are the controller, especially when you're running a space. They need you to promote their things. You are the most important people, not them. I know they're your guests, but control the room. Have confidence. It is what it is. They're the product. They want you to help shield them. You're important.
Well put.
It's just tough, man, because I think like
I always look at it this way as an investor. They're there to convince not only me, but everybody else. So if I don't know anything, I don't feel bad. I'm there to ask questions for them to inform us on why we should be investing there. It's not my job to convince the audience. It's theirs. I'm there to be a dumbass and ask questions. Like,
well, talking about dumbasses, wait, Tank talking about dumbasses. Mr. Homestead's just joined us as a speaker. So the minute you said dumbass, I thought, oh my God, there's Homestead. Hello, Home Pleb. How you doing? Are you there, son? Good friend Tank's up here, Mr. Manetti. Oh, he's gone quiet, has he?
He's been up here for a while.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't ghost me.
He's probably managing his kids in the Homestead, Ben.
He's angry because we didn't get it to speak earlier.
Dude, talking on Spaces with your friends versus talking on Spaces for, like, I guess I don't even want to say the word professional because this isn't like the farthest thing from professional. It's just like not the same shit. And Tank, I mean, you're comfortable because you do your live show. You're obviously like the type of person who has no problem like doing public speaking and stuff. But I mean, the first few times I ever hopped on Spaces and like was trying to add value, I was pretty rattled. I feel like you get better at it over time, though.
But Arby, I tell you what, last week there were moments, and I especially remember you talking about the FTX when you got a little bit like emotional, and that really like that really scratched at me heart. That like I must admit, like I was like, guys, this is what's been happening in the last like couple of weeks. Yeah, is that like some people have been having some like fucking hard times, right? And they're coming to Spaces and like reaching out to Spaces because they can talk to like-minded individuals that like might not have been through like the same thing, but they can see, the discomfort and pain that might have been caused because of like certain events, right? I said this the other day. When it comes to Spaces, we all need each other. Like you can't have these like egotistical like hosts, right? Who just want to like talk amongst themselves, To me, this is what Spaces is, bringing everyone, giving anyone requests, they'll come up. I mean, I know Jimmy's hard work, right? And guys, we're trying, aren't we? And I know that the thingy Dow kicked them out the other day. Whichever Dow it was, kicked them out. Oh my God, that was embarrassing. But like, apart from Jimmy, I mean, no one else is really like a pleb. We might not always agree, right? We might not always disagree. Isn't that the point, right? Like, this is a community-driven thing, Spaces. And I think Elon, I think he already has, but I think very soon, Elon's going to realize that Spaces is probably the most fundamental, important component to his entire organization. I think what we're doing right now, the conversations we can have openly and freely without fear of retribution, right? I don't fear retribution. What are they going to do to me? Nuke me fucking bags even further. Fuck, I bought 1,000 Juno, man, at £9, man. I'm fucking sick of my life, man. What can they do to me? Can't take me down any further, can they? But we can talk about them. We can hold them accountable. We can drag them over the fucking coals, can't we? They can't stop us. No one can. There's only Elon can put the fucking block on what we're trying to do now. And the thing is, if you listen last night, the devs will come. And you know why they'll come? Because they've got to. And they've got to engage. Or they're just going to look like fucking plebtastic cunts. Like, sorry, pardon my French. I know there's ladies in the room. I do apologize. Sorry, Miss Slinky, for the language.
Well, I mean, I think you just said the opposite the other day. No, that was yesterday.
The opposite of what? I'm sorry, or I don't fucking give a fuck. Like, it's true, though. These Spaces, you can come on and you can say what you want. Who's putting restrictions on you? The vast majority of you are anons, right? Who cares? Are people making records? Good luck. Come and touch me. I couldn't give a fuck. You'd have to look long and hard to fucking come after me, I tell you.
I was going to say, I think the one thing that is nice about Spaces is it does kind of allow you to share a bit more of your personality beyond whatever's on the screen. I think a lot of other social media platforms, there isn't a way to kind of have like a round table And I think that actually humanizes people a lot better than fucking taking a photo of your life in the most like optimal lighting or whatever the fuck, and then like showing everyone like how awesome everything is, when in reality you probably are like not as happy as everyone may think. And that's okay. I think that's just the way like this whole social media veil thing works for the most part. But yeah, I mean,
I'm
this
just
is
here to
Twitter's
make
edge.
friends.
I don't know why they don't put.
I'm here
I
to
mean,
make friends
maybe they
too.
will put more resources into this, because this is definitely what they're doing. That's just way different from what anyone else is doing.
I'm just here to make friends. I mean, when it comes to spaces, there's conversations we can go. I mean, Timmy went like 9 hours, guys, yesterday. 2 weeks ago, Gaines and I did the 35-hour marathon, right? And what are people like put? What am I going to put myself through? That fucking, you have no idea if you can do 20 hours consecutive, and then sleep like for 4, and then wake up and do another 11 hours. That's continuous, right? And the same conversations or atmosphere, or you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not here to make money, right? I'm not here to create generational wealth. I'm in here right now because I'm making connections across the world. And it's what I've been doing like all my life, traveling since like fucking 97, man. 1997. Nah, it's been a long time, kids. I'm like I've traveled the world. I've been on the road for a long time now. And I found me home in Thailand. And now I'm just finding me like little online little family, me online little home. And it's quite comfortable. It's quite nice, actually. Like when I've got nothing to do and I'm bored, and that's quite nice. I'm enjoying this like a hive mind sharing of cultures, attitudes. Like we have no barriers. Like none of us in this room could give a fuck about anything. You could be
Dude,
vegan,
Robo,
be whatever you want,
what
but we don't.
you know what I think is interesting? I think that like crypto succeeding and making generational wealth, blah blah blah, and community aren't so separated. I've been kind of like chewing on this thought for a while, but especially in the last couple of months, the discussion has been floating around of like, does decentralization work? Like, with those Juno people or ex-Juno people hopping on last night and being like, they don't run this as a business. Like, it's like, well, yeah, because it's not. Otherwise, we'd just be doing Web 2 stuff. And like this whole kind of conversation of if an unorganized, totally open, decentralized system can actually work, because like some level of organization is needed for these types of systems to work. And so what I've been wondering since the Joe movement, as an addition to that thought, is like, I wonder if community is the answer there, actually. And like, obviously, something like Ethereum could never have as tight-knit a community as like we do, with like everyone involved kind of knowing each other and like being friends. But and Cosmos will definitely get there to one point. But I think if even a significant portion of the builders and the OG community members are part of that community and have all the shit you were just talking about, Robo, like just making connections with each other, just shooting the shit in spaces, I think that potentially might be one of the answers to the like decentralization problem, where, even as Cosmos blows up and a bunch of people will join that, won't get as involved with this core community here in spaces, at least they will have a community like us watching out for them. Like, I think they're intertwined. I don't know for sure. It's just something I've been thinking about for a while. I wonder if community is sort of the answer to the problems posed by true decentralization.
Well, that's when trust comes into play, isn't it? And that's the whole thing about blockchain and immutability and trust. It's a fine line. I mean, I don't know where we go with this. I really don't, because we're not there yet, are we? In any blockchain, like even if you look at like Bitcoin or whatever, like you still like trusting like the devs are gonna like do something, push things forward, like with Lightning, etc., etc. I don't know.
I'm gonna be the unafraid one and say I'm fucking lost and maybe I'm an idiot. Are you saying the goal or the success? Hold on, let me think about this. So, especially for Cosmos,
Are you talking to me or Timmy? Are you talking to me or Timmy?
Everybody.
Timmy.
I guess I'm responding back to Timmy though. But like, are we working? Is the success like decentralization narrative, right? Like, is the success uh for us, in order for us to label everything that we're doing in the Cosmos a success, is it for us to work towards decentralization to where that means that we don't actually focus on community events anymore? Because like we want to not trust but verify. But if in order to have a community, you need to be able to trust the community members, right? And so in that sense, like we don't trust the community members, we need to pull away from that in order for us to reach decentralization. Eventually, we want independence, individuality, but we don't want that. We want community. I'm fucking lost in my thoughts right now. In order for us to grow to this space of labeled success, does that mean that we eventually do not, like we end up being like ETH, where we can't actually have community like we have in the Cosmos? Do we eventually pull away from all of this stuff like Bitcoin is, like where it's like separate individual by itself and then the rest of the market is there as well? What is it that we're working towards, I guess? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. Yeah. Guys.
So like, where's the
wait a minute?
Where's the in between? Where do we stop expanding?
Well,
because we want community, right? This is beautiful.
Ghostface. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen. It might be echoing. Ghostface, did you hear Tank there? I think you might have a retort or response. Sorry.
That's interesting. Like, yeah, I heard Tank, and what's up, guys? I heard what you said too. Like, I'll start off by saying that I've been rather quiet, so life has been heavy. So when you talked about like spaces and needing each other, like there's so much truth that you're allowed to come and sit and listen to people speak about life and what's taking place. And we all don't know each other, but through conversation, you feel like you know each other, right? And that's how it's supposed to be. So to get to what Tank's saying, like, what's the objective? Like, I think personally that we've seen the power that's within listening, the power that could be within a certain community, you know, whether it's the raccoons leading the way with Tenderman Tea and Joe's, like that was pretty powerful. And you know, people, there's noise because people don't understand like how a group of people could sit in a room and then an idea could spring up and then they move forward with it. So crypto, I think what he's saying, and it makes sense, is like, in order for this to survive, there need to be people with a heart who want to move something forward positively. It isn't about packing your bags and creating generational wealth and buying a token at 0.00002 and hoping that it goes up to 0.0008 and then you make, you know, a shit ton of money and disappear. I keep saying to my friends when it comes to crypto, like, this space is about technology. It's about the future. It's about writing code that's going to help, you know, take out the middleman. People use catchphrases like decentralization. Decentralization doesn't work when the government can turn things on and off like a faucet. We're still underneath that guise and their thumb because they haven't figured out how they want it to look. But guess what? We can, because there are a lot of smart people. So I think that we're the section of the room, you know, that would be at a conference saying like, how do we push this forward to make this work and make it make sense and to make it fun, you know? And definitely without a community aspect of it, it doesn't succeed, because if you have too many people, I don't know, can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
All right, perfect.
I saw that, yeah.
All right. Yeah, if you have too many people that are like wanting to be the voice or wanting to be the man or woman, that's where you start. Right, as my dad would say, my dad would just slap me in the head right now. If you have too many people who want to be figureheads, that's when you start losing out. But I think that there's enough conversation within the groups that I jump into, within the spaces, to where it doesn't feel like there's just one sole leader. And I'm not going to call names out of certain individuals, but you jump into some spaces and you're like, why is this guy talking so much? Like, who's this woman? And then for me, I lose interest because it's all about them. So that's what I think. Yeah, Miss Slinky. Yeah, those spaces because you're in some of those spaces that I jump in, and I hear you speaking to some of those people. I'm like, what the hell are these folks talking about? Like, we're adults.
Thanks for checking out another episode of The Ether. That was RAC FM number 8. We got hacked, and we don't get... It's not a hack, you guys. It's an exploit. And we still don't give a fuck. Recorded on Monday, November 28th, 2022. For TerraSpaces.org, I'm Finn. Thanks for listening. And if you want to keep listening, TerraSpaces.org/donate. Go show some support. Rolling down the street in my 6'4". I never had a 6'4". A kid can wish though. I snapped the wishbone and grabbed a fistful. Chilling with the dopey, this a weed is all I wish for. I'm feeling blissful. I got a missus. My ginger always down to ride no matter what the mission. I'm singing this song. Got a couple albums out. We do alright, but it ain't really shit to write home about. Like to feed the fishbowl. Keep my stories mystical. I like my beats boom bap and rap to be lyrical. I'm feeling cynical. Craving a little ritual. Save my place in line while I try to find a miracle. I keep looking, but never find nothing. We've been lied to, thinking this surprise under super secret lies. Motherfuckers sneak inside, going dark. Now believe me when I say this shit is do or die. Going dark, now believe me when I say this shit is do or die. Going dark, now believe me when I say this shit is do or die. Through the trenches, trying to stay offensive. Trespassing here like this land looks expensive. Ain't no time like the present. Trying to stake a claim, just make sure your claim stays away from all these other claims. We're almost kinda running out of land here. Living in the day of the dead and it's damn weird. Same teams, y'all, we just trying to get a bite to eat. A little rest saved up, waiting for my time to sleep. Head down, middle fingers up, yo, I'm wide awake. Never hesitate to stay about 100 miles away. 7 time and space, while I wrecking ball the place. I expect you all to play, running marathons today. When the sick get sicker and the rich get richer, it might be about time to rearrange our dinner. Fix the system, the shit, it's all nixed. Waking up early, gonna suck today's. Time to suck today's dick, that's what I'm talking about. Going dark now, believe me when I say the shit is do or die. Suck today's dick, that's what I'm talking about. Going dark now, believe me when I say the shit is do or die.
Clark's a great guy, man. He's totally gonna take care of Angela, man. He's great. He's a wonderful lab partner, so it's gonna be cool. We'll keep an eye on her.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, you weird little prick?
I'm a teacher, okay? You can't talk to me like that, guy.
I'm not a student, so I can say whatever the fuck I want.
TerraSpaces.